And we're going to put a marker right here for our awesome archive team. Let them know we're getting into the game. We're going to tab over to this screen, and it's been a minute. It's been a little bit. It hasn't been too much, but you guys have gone to the Feywild. We're well and truly in this module at this point. And you found definitively the coolest place in the first part of the Feywild, known as the Inn at the End of the Road. You're in a swamp that seems to raise and lower its water levels randomly, and there's a lot of nasty things in it. But you met Archmage Tasha, and from Archmage Tasha you got some vials of liquid MacGuffin, which some of you drank like fools to get new abilities. Everybody got those put in, by the way?
Yes.
I just wanted to be special.
Do you guys have those? Do you guys have those put in though?
I have mine.
Yes, I did. I have it put in.
I have not used mine yet because the doctor is saving it in case of emergency.
Like being trapped in the Feywild?
Like in case someone dies.
So,
in the Feywild.
We return you guys to the Inn at the End of the Road, of which I do not have... I almost said music. I do not have a map for the Inn at the End of the Road. I only have an art handout, which I showed you, but I will gladly show you again because it's super cool.
It's frank, put bluntly, kind of awful in the best way.
Yes, I agree with that actually.
The inn looks cozy. The humanoid limbs are concerning.
Yeah.
The fact that I can look at this and the ground it's walking through and just hear the plop, plop, plop bothers me.
Like, I do need to correct the record about something that I did last time we played, because apparently I'm an idiot. I read the handout for the Inn at the End of the Road, and it was an inn that walks around on fleshy limbs. So I did the Jurassic Park Stompy Stomp thing, and I never actually looked at the picture until after I did that, and then I was like, oh... Millipede. Why does it make that sound? Because Feywild. That's why. So yeah, Tasha took some of your equipment to neutralize and study, and gave you the boons in exchange. There was a bugbear who tried to get one of the boons from you for straight gold and was unable to do it, and now you guys basically have, a table. Hang on.
It's soup. Or stew.
Yeah, you guys have some hearty stew. I got a ping on a different monitor that was very confusing.
Sincerely, I'm sorry. It's off topic. What's the difference between soup and stew?
Content. Soup is usually made with stock or broth. Stew is generally thickened, usually with a mixture of fat and flour called a roux. Generally. A stew also usually has more stuff in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, you guys have your table at the inn with your stew. The innkeeper, a druid by the name of Sue, TSU, as well as a few individuals in the inn, are at your disposal if you want them, but Tasha has left to parts unknown. What would you guys like to do?
Probably best that we start, well, either A, we either rest for a bit while we're safe, or B, we could start talking about a plan on, like, okay, so the doctor was told by Tasha that basically these hags have an allergy, something that can get them, in a way.
Well, what Tasha told you was all Fae have an allergy.
Yeah, fair. And on one hand, I feel like the doctor's mind is focusing on that. Because, like, the doctor was not given examples of what that could be, correct? I don't think she was.
She was not.
So I think the doctor is probably just staring into her food, thinking, what the hell did that mean by allergy? And that would be arcana, maybe?
No.
Correct? Oh, what would it be?
Religion.
At disadvantage, I imagine? Or just religion?
You are looking to find what is meant by an allergy, not a specific allergy. So no, not disadvantage.
Yeah. Alright, let's take a look. It's in a book. Fairly average.
I'll give you some information.
Better than no information.
Fey creatures. Why do I have 2 pings? Ah, that's why. Cool. Sorry. I got a random ping while we were recording of something that I needed to look at. I looked at it, now we're good. Anyway, some information. So... You've dealt with enough adventurers and hunters, both mundane and monstrous, in your travels, Dr. Lorelei. You know that everything has a way to kill it. There is nothing that cannot be destroyed. It might be a pain in the ass, but everything has that ability. Fey creatures, especially true Fey, that do not necessarily interact with the prime material plane, can have that to the extreme. To the sense that they could be nigh immune to everything except this one thing. It comes up in folklore often. One of the ones that comes to mind immediately, I don't know how this would apply to Dr. Lorelei, but to Sibs, one of the things that comes to mind immediately is the Norse god Balder. When Balder was just a baby, his mother, Frigga, was overly protective. And what Frigga did was she went to everything, every creature, every material, everything. She said, "Do not hurt my boy." And she made everything in creation agree not to hurt Balder, except Mistletoe, which slept in and didn't go to Frigga's meeting. So the only way Balder could be hurt was by Mistletoe.
Alright, I gotcha.
From that, with that low roll, unfortunately, you only have one additional question.
Make sure I'm following right. You mean like stuff with like that old fairy tale where the girl had to spin a weave until she figured out the guy's name, right?
Yep.
I don't know if I'm able to say his name or not. I got yelled at once.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Ah.
And no, that was facilitating a contract. That's not the same thing.
That's how you become an Archfey Warlock.
Yes, that was fulfilling a contract. It was also some true names sprinkled in. That's not quite the same thing. More akin to...
being dipped in the river sticks by your ankle.
Yes. But a bit less literal.
Yeah, a lot less literal. And a lot more fucking, I don't know. I don't know a good example off the top of my head.
A really good example is no blade forged by man can kill me. So so you find a female blacksmith and you stab the motherfucker. Like, that type of thing. But again, not necessarily physical.
Technical magics.
You say technical magic, like creatures of law. And these can stack, by the way. You can get
fighting with technicalities and loopholes.
Yes. These can
No, you can kill me. None of us are good. No shit.
these can stack, by the way. So, like, a Fey creature could have a shield that can't be pierced by mankind. And then, once you get through that, it might have, nothing holy or unholy can harm me. And so you need, like, a holy item to get through the mankind thing, because it's made by the divine, but then they have a shield that counteracts it. But yeah, you have to peel the onion, basically. But yeah, you still have one question.
Alright. I'm trying to think. Because... So one additional question, considering to Fey allergy basis.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a common Fey allergy that comes up in any legend or mythology?
Iron.
Alright. Noted. Even if it isn't the allergy, it's a possibility that we can use.
What was it?
Iron.
Iron.
Ah, sorry. You echoed, so I was unable to figure out what it was.
No worries.
This is a Sib's curiosity more than a Sue Lorelei curiosity. Why iron in specific? Is that known?
Yes, actually. Because it's the basis of a lot of folklore. Silver. This is why silver works on, like, werewolves and things like that. Is silver is considered holy. Silver is... it's antibacterial, and so because of that, a lot of... I hate to say primitive, less educated by the march of time individuals thought that those antibacterial properties were because it was blessed. It was divine. And so naturally it would ward away evil, like sickness. Iron is basically the opposite of that. It's very mundane. And so it was associated with these otherworldly entities like changelings and fairies and all of this other stuff, because it was like, these things seem impossible, but this thing that we all know is enough to ward them away. That's why we're still alive. That's why they haven't leveled our civilization, because we have iron. It's a hopeful thing.
Alright, that's cool. I
Yep.
was just wondering.
Yeah. Little tangent. Part of the reason why they think that vampires don't show up in mirrors is based
Silver.
upon the idea that, yeah, because mirrors used to be made from silver.
Neat.
So, in, stew, table, discuss.
We've just lost some of our best advantages we had. I'd wager that we'll get them back shortly with some hopeful boons to them.
Quiet nodding.
Kettle Steam says,
bite yet.
Well,
Sorry.
at the very least, I feel like I can finally keep up with the party now.
Kettle Steam
What do
says, let me get it exactly right, because you have to get it exactly right. Says, that sounds like it's time for us all to brace.
I can agree to that.
It's time for what? Sorry?
Us all to brace. It's something Brick said last episode. So, Kettlestein goes on to say, you know, that's odd.
What's odd?
Kettlestein, like, looks at you and, like, opens her beak, stops, grabs the ledger, and writes, it's an odd balancing act. This Hourglass Coven can't be as strong as Zabilna, but at the same time, they were strong enough to push Zabilna out.
They could have found her allergy, as Tasha worded it.
It's either that or they may have found a weakness.
Kettlesteam writes, it's just odd that her rules are still in place. Her effect is here, I can feel it, but it's so different from what I imagined it to be.
That must mean that they're riding the line of a technicality to have control over the lands.
Kettlesteam nods fervently.
Zabilna is technically still the ruler, but their power is overriding and, well, literal control alone. It's
They always get you with those loopholes, don't they?
Kettlesteam nods again.
It's interesting, though. That means that you mentioned Zabilna is this land, and so it would make sense that her power would be more direct here. Though that also brings up the idea that if they can't change her rules, they have to ride a technicality, they must have her somewhere.
Kettlesteam writes, we need a map.
I can agree.
Well, at the very least, by definition, they must have her somewhere, because if she was dead, then I doubt her wards would still be in place.
Right.
Where would we get a map of a place like this?
Kettlesteam points at the innkeeper.
Fair enough.
We already owe her for hospitality. Is getting rid of the current ruler of the swamplands really going to be enough to repay both a map and the hospitality?
I think Cyrodiil just glances back at Kettlesteam expect the answer look.
Yeah, Kettlesteam slowly shrugs.
I'll approach the situation then. He's gonna get up and go to the bartender, or to the innkeeper.
Yeah. Sue's behind the bar, so either is accurate. And again, she's an old human woman. She's old. She's wrinkled and hunched over a little bit. She uses a wooden, a gnarled wooden cane to walk around. But she smiles when you walk up, and she says, finished with the Archmage?
Right. She's, well, so to say, saved most of us quite a lot of trouble, if what she was saying was true.
Do you have reason to believe it is not true?
Since I was young, I've had to be extra careful about most things.
From the look on your face, you require something.
I do. I was wondering if you have a map of this place that you sell.
Not something that I sell, no. And not of... Well, that depends on what you mean by this place.
I assume there's no map of the whole of Prismere, so the swamplands, I suppose.
There is a map of the whole of Prismere. I have it, but it's... See for yourself. And she points above the hearth over on the right side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a framed picture, but the majority of it is swirling mist. It is moving, swirling mist.
Is there a clear-cut section in it that isn't, though?
Kind of. There is a section, with a picture of the inn on it that is, it's like you have a unit in, a real-time strategy game that is clearing the fog of war around them, but it's not persistent. So there's this
So
section around the end of the end of the road that is visible, but like it.
So once you've left that area, it's not
Correct.
mapped anymore.
Correct.
Okay. I see. So they've caused it to. I doubt this would be a solid. Blah, 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 blah. I can't find fucking words today. I can't expect this would be a singled out situation. There must be several examples of it. Any coverage of topography would be altered to look like this, so there's no clear way to navigate, no clear way to reach them.
I have a hunch.
Hmm.
Pavlona, she spits on the floor, doesn't have the means to reshape Prismir. But she can reshape perception. And she can reshape memory. I would wager the land is forgetting. And it's this blasted fog.
Fog is making the land forget itself, so it's constantly reshuffling in whatever order it feels correct.
Then all it takes is a helpful will to shape it in a way that is convenient.
So the best means of travel and finding your way isn't... It's never going to be a map, it's going to be an understanding of a landmark you wish to reach.
Provided your will is stronger than that of Pavlona's, yes.
A collective of 5 should have a stronger will if they decide to go to a singular point than at one.
She shakes her head. You underestimate the will of the Coven.
Their will is made one by their deal, then.
If it were so easy, then I would have a map of the swamp at least, no?
That makes sense. So then there must be... I get it. I'm starting to understand the situation. The reason will is so easy to... makes it possible to travel lately is because there are distractions. If you're able to impose your will during those moments of distraction, you can briefly find your way in the direction you want.
Pavlona's control is not complete. Not yet.
So all we have to do is find whatever allergy the doctor was talking about, and we may be able to take it away from her.
You need to find it, and you would need to find how to deal with the fog. It may not be tied to Pavlona.
That's fair as well. If we can find a cure to her, I'm certain we can find a cure to her fog.
I suggest the former first. Or the latter first, excuse me.
The latter being the fog.
The fog.
Yeah?
Because you can't get around with the fog persisting.
It's true. I suppose that's true. I'm going to discuss this with my friends. Thank you very kindly.
She nods at you.
He's gonna step back to the group.
Mm-hmm.
And sits down in that way of the disappointed dad. Like, rubbing the bridge of his nose. I'm getting very tired of this place very quickly.
No luck?
Well, he points above the mantle.
Looks at it.
That's the map.
That's...
And that is a map of the whole of Prismere, mind you.
That's odd.
Her theory is that because of Bavlona's power, the entire land is forgetting itself and, well, using her will and the will of the Coven, constantly forcing it to reshuffle in whatever order is most convenient.
She has the ability to change memories?
Presume that means she may be skilled in enchantment magic or simply an innate ability.
The doctor knows that enchantment is like a thing to hags, correct?
Yeah, Tasha said so, like, 5 minutes ago.
Nods. It's a thing innate to all hags. All hags are good with enchantment magic. It's what technically qualifies them as a hag. Interestingly enough, I think Z might have technically qualified. All you have to be a hag is an enchanter and be isolated with a desire to fulfill others' wishes.
That turtle you mentioned, right?
Yes, the turtle.
Considering we didn't find a body, I wonder if we might end up running into that turtle while we're here.
Well, that really depends on where and why he may have disappeared.
That was the standing theory. That he ended up here. Oh,
Did he also make a deal with that chicken?
The standing theory was he wound
Again,
up in the Feywild, not necessarily here.
oh, yeah, not necessarily here, but somewhere in the Feywild we might.
I know. Hence why I wonder if we might or might not.
I suppose that entirely depends on, A, if he deems to be found here, or B,
To be honest,
if whatever deal he made that caused him to be brought here grants him such power to traverse the many realms of the Feywild.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what to expect here at all.
We have to expect everything. We
What?
leave.
What was it she said? If I remember correctly, she said he had something to do in the Court of Summer.
We don't know what.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
We don't know what court Zabilna is, so, or if she's even part of the court system, though doubtful she isn't.
Kettlestream?
Kettlesteam, opens up the book and writes something, and makes like a quiet chuckling sound that you've heard, like, Burley make to himself, and passes the paper over to you, and says, Lord Oberon and Lady Titania have been trying to recruit Zabilna for centuries. She's neutral.
Interesting. So she is outside of the court system then. I'm afraid that means your chances are very low unless Titania and Oberon have any plans of sending another attempt anytime soon.
I wouldn't be surprised if Prismere is currently cut off from the rest.
Likely until they can gain the strength to attempt taking more realms of the wilds.
There's like a 6-foot rabbit sitting a couple of tables away. They're dressed in like a leather jerkin and like relatively poofy trousers, and they have like a rapier resting on the table beside them, and they look over at you when you say that, and you hear, "Not from around here, are you?"
Nope.
Oh, we're here on business.
The damn fog's got us cut off from everything.
That's what I thought so. So there is a chance they're attempting to claim more ground here more ground, more power. Then lift the fog once they have complete control over Prismere and try branching out further.
Rumor has it an envoy is here. In hither.
In hither, huh?
An envoy.
That's right.
I wonder if that could be your friend.
From the court of the sun.
What of
Court of day, excuse me.
Court of Day then, huh? I guess it wouldn't be your friend if he was needed there. Oh, that's still certainly something to keep in mind.
Hmm. What's your friend's name?
It kind of looks to Cyrdath and Brick like, should I say it?
I mean, Cyrdath is gonna be on guard in the Feywild.
How is your friend addressed? The rabbit like rolls his eyes.
I doubt
I think
anyone
it's
would.
fine.
I doubt anyone would try to cause trouble with such wills.
His name was Z.
Was?
Is.
It's a little blurry.
For the record, you keep behaving like that and you'll get marked as a tourist.
Wizard derogatory was my choice.
Hmm.
I was about to say the spell right.
So, I don't think it's your friend. The envoy's name was Talavar.
Sorry, repeat that?
Talavar.
Is that a T or a C?
Tango.
I gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Tango Alpha, Lima Alpha, Victor Alpha, Romeo.
You know, I spelt that in my head as you were saying it, but I cannot type that at that speed.
I'll write it down later.
Preesh.
Anybody who wants to can make a flat intelligence check.
Fuck yeah, mate.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, that works.
Sure, of my -1. Let's see what happens.
Dr. Lorelei 1 point off of Valorous. Okay, so Kyan Cyrdath and Dr. Lorelei, that is a draconic name.
Blink for a second.
And dragon.
Oh.
Sibs, you are echoing something fierce tonight.
Sorry.
Sorry. Also, Kyan, you're not rolling as Kyan.
I just noticed that and I had to
No worries.
pop it open and change it. I don't know how I don't notice immediately. It's not Kyan when I'm not rolling as Kyan.
What were you saying, Dr. Lorelei? You were saying something.
I think it's mostly just, and she kind of starts thinking a little more like, where would she have heard, like, is it just the recognition that that's how that's how a draconic name is?
Yes,
or
yes.
all right. I'm trying to think if has the doctor heard that name
Hell
anywhere
no.
before? Yeah, I didn't think so, but I have to ask.
But if you're looking for your friend, Talavar might be a place to start. And the rabbit
Alright.
keeps looking at you expectantly.
The law of debt. Right. Is there a way we can repay you for this information?
Yes, actually.
What is it?
There's a crew of brigands here and hither. They look like me. And rolls his eyes again. See that they're brought to justice. Preferably true justice, not the end of a sword.
You want legal justice.
That's not a word I know. What is legal?
A fair and adequate decision made of punishment of guilt or innocence based on a measure given from evidence and one's peers.
You just described the Feywild, but yes. I'd rather you not
What
kill
kind?
them. Go ahead.
What? So what do you mean then by true justice?
Whatever. What? It's the only justice you people know at killing someone.
I do not know. How does justice work here in the Feywilds? Is there a prison? Is there a jail? How does justice work here?
You expect us to cuff them and leave them on the side of the road?
I don't know. In Zavilna's day, and he pauses, clears his throat. Sorry. Dangerous to say that name. In the time before, it was simply a matter of going to she who was in charge, and submitting evidence and pleading your case. In fact, she did something about them, but it's been undone.
So then our friend isn't the only one.
Beg your pardon?
Nothing of importance to you, friend.
If you run into them,
We'll see what we can do.
yeah, that will do as payment.
That's what you have to ask. We'll do what we can about it.
He nods, like turns back to his drink.
Missions, missions, missions. It's like I'm back with the watch again.
Wouldn't that be a good thing?
Oh, certainly. Just
Sorry,
Yeah,
that was the
so-
DM asking.
oh.
It's all good. Kettle's theme says, "It's the only justice you know, the end of a sword." Like, pauses, makes the chuckling sound again.
Like you're one to laugh at that kettle steam.
That is what you wanted, right?
By the way, is it kettle steam or kettle stream?
Kettle steam.
Dream. The name.
On
The
the
name on the
handout is
handout.
misspelled. Yeah, it's misspelled.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
It's kettle steam.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like, here, I'll show you. Doot. Yeah, the art handout is misspelled, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
Huh.
Huh. Alright.
So where do we want to start?
Well, once we leave here, might not be a bad idea to start going for that hot air balloon again, though travel will be slow. Even
Maybe
with
it's on
our
a timer.
right. There's that as well that will also slow us down. Because of the control that this land is under, it's believed that, well, the power is not absolute yet. So there are moments of waning control. Those are the moments when our will can come into play and guide us.
Kettlesteam writes in the book, "Good luck getting anywhere with this fog." To say nothing of the water level.
Right. That's what the innkeeper had mentioned. Before we deal with its master, we should deal with the fog.
Kettlesteam writes, "I'm thinking about staying here."
If that suits you better.
Kettlesteam writes for a long time, and then says, "If my will is here and you're looking for it, you're more likely to encounter the inn again. Furthermore, people come in and out all the time. I might learn some useful information."
It's true.
Was that really?
Sorry, go ahead.
Was that really garbled for anyone else or just me?
Yeah, the phone
It
does
was
that.
for me too.
I caught it. Do you want me to relay?
Please.
Yes, please.
They said that they were gonna stay here for a long while. If their will is here at the inn, it would be easier for us to find them again if we start looking. And a lot of people come in and out, so it would be easy. There's a likely chance that they'll end up gathering a bit of useful information.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
The doctor will nod. Yeah, that'll be a good idea.
Right.
Indeed.
Kettlesteam writes, "Besides, you're faster without me."
I am apologetic to agree.
Well, we have an anchor point, and the plan is to try and figure out the fog.
Right. Yes. Can figure out the fog, we can not only find the mistress of this land, we'll also have a better chance of finding their allergy.
Nods.
Just make sure we don't forget our debts.
Right. We've got a debt to cure these lands, the swampland specifically, at the moment, and to deal with those brigands.
And to remind, and once we find the woman who was in charge before, to bring Mr. Witch and Mr. Light's contract back to full force.
Aye.
Maybe even get them some extra bits. Though, we shouldn't push our luck.
Of course.
There's one more you're forgetting.
There?
Henrietta.
Henrietta. Check on... Was it Mumsy or Auntie?
Auntie.
An auntie, okay.
What was specifically by saving Auntie, you would be furthering a contract, and Auntie promised, or Henrietta vicariously promised Brick something from Auntie.
Can someone translate it? Got real garbled.
It did for me as well.
Henrietta promised something vicariously for Auntie, from Auntie.
Right.
I am curious though if Henrietta's punishment is going to re-continue after we do this.
Probably.
It makes sense, but I mean, the Feywild doesn't always make sense. The Feywild and the things that come from it.
We shall see.
So you guys can rest here at the inn for as long as you want, but the inn moves. So keep that in mind.
Right.
The inn may or may not be immune to Bavlorna. You're not sure.
I doubt we're going to find any safer place to rest than here.
Probably not.
We'll have to take the rest while we have the chance.
You guys want to take the benefit of a long rest then?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds
Yes,
like it.
Yeah, definitely. We still need to level up.
No. You leveled up on arriving in Hither. I said that.
Yeah, don't forget, Hockey, that one was instant. We didn't have to rest for that one.
Did you have one banked beyond that?
I didn't. I had my stuff set up, but I didn't have the effect taken because you said we had to long rest still.
No, I did not. I was specifically asked, like, hey, we have to long rest when we get to Hither, and I said, no, this one applies immediately.
I could have sworn, but alright.
But I'm asking, like, in addition to that, did you have a level banked?
No.
No, I'm at 7 is what
Okay.
I'm at.
Okay. So yeah, Sue has warm, comfortable rooms for all of you. She's got stew, she's got plum pie, she's got drinks, she's got information. But yeah, you guys can long rest here. And you have time to work on downtime actions. If you have any.
Mostly, I think the doctor is just shifting her things around, like keeping the trick dagger in a more accessible location now that she doesn't have the spear on her back. The
Okay.
stars are back towards the front, etc.
Gotcha.
I actually wanted to start a clock for a feat.
I'm listening.
Let me make sure it was which feat I want. I'm pretty sure I wanted to start a clock for sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter. That's great weapon mastery for ranged attacks, right?
You cut out hard there.
That's great weapon mastery for ranged attacks, correct?
Let me see what Great Weapon Master does. Great Weapon Master seems very different. Sharpshooter is attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage. Your ranged weapon attacks ignore half and 3/4 cover, and you can take a -5 penalty to attack
That's great
to
weapon
add
mastery.
plus. Huh.
Okay. That's gonna be 12 points on that clock.
Yeah.
I had one as well, but I'm debating between two.
I'm listening.
Perceptive and observant.
What's the difference between them?
The difference is perceptive gives you proficiency in perception. If you already have it, it gives you expertise, and being in a lightly obscured area doesn't impose disadvantage on your perception checks to both see and hear. Observant basically gives you ability to read lips and gives you a +5 bonus to passive wisdom or passive perception and passive investigation.
Perceptive is not going to help you immediately because the fog is magic
Okay.
and it's heavily obscured.
I have a question. I'm thinking of starting to clock on Sentinel as well, by the way.
I'm surprised you don't have it.
I actually do not.
Okay. Sentinel is a big feat. Unfortunately, you may be better off waiting for, like, when are you going to get a feat by level up?
Sorry, you got a little garbled there. I
When
heard
are
Sentinel's
you
a
going
big-
to get a feat from leveling up?
next level, so might just be better then.
Well, to get it through downtime is 15 points.
Ooh.
If you think you're going to have 15 downtime actions between now and your next level up, feel free, but that's nebulous.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I wasn't sure how long it would be, or how many points it would be for that, so never mind.
If you're getting one next level, I'd wait on Sentinel.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, if the Feywilds weren't so jank, Keen Mind might be a good one too.
Again, Keen Mind and Perceptive are both good, they just won't help you immediately.
True.
Is this better, by the way? I'm just straight up holding the audio device. Am I clearer?
It's not too bad at the moment.
Like, is there a noticeable difference in what I'm doing now and what I was doing 5 minutes ago?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair dues.
Can you remind me the hit dice for long rest, by the way, again?
Yeah, sure. So you have a number of hit dice equal to whatever you get from leveling up. If you are a paladin 7, you would have 7 d10 hit dice. During a short rest or any other time that you can roll to recover hit points, usually a short rest, there are a few situational modifiers in play. You can expend any number of those that you want to restore your hit points, but they are gone. They are gone until you long rest. When you long rest, you regenerate all of your hit dice, and they all roll, giving you that much health back.
Right.
Okay.
And then what's a 5-point kit version of like regaining health on a long rest?
That's what I just said.
Oh yeah, roll all of them? Okay.
If you need to, yeah.
The raw is you just get all your hit points back. That's not 5-point Fox.
Two questions.
Yo.
One, what would a counter for Warcaster be?
Counter for... Oh, clock, you mean?
Yeah.
Warcaster is 10.
That's not bad. Second, should I roll my new preparations?
Yes. You're taking a long rest.
Those are some good preparations.
Those are some good preparations. So what does that look like, Kian? Like, because of the way this feat works for you, it's not magically changing the winds of fate. What are you prepping for? Like, low numbers, one would expect Kian to be prepping, to obfuscate, debilitate, make something harder for someone. Positive numbers, it would be the opposite, prepping to help, assumedly, prepping to help people. So, like, what does that look like?
Boy, I'm not... So I've been thinking about this ever since I got the ability, and I'm still not super sure how to run with it, you know?
Okay.
Because I have to be able to explain what I prepared, what I, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and boy, I'm just not sure.
Well, I mean, in the moment you'll be able to think of something, but I'm asking about, like, in your long rest, like, you roll these in the comfort of your room, so to say. So we see Kian, like, preparing for the day's eventualities. He makes the conscious choice to aid in the positive. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
okay.
all I'm looking for.
Okay. It's probably just him reviewing the things he has,
Mm-hmm.
and going over uses for them that can work especially well here under the effects of intent.
So he's checking his gear, is what I'm hearing. He's making sure his rope is sturdy, he's checking his flint and steel, he's checking his rations, and maybe,
recounting his caltrops, etc.
Right. Maybe we see him, like, spark the flint and steel to make sure that it's not gonna break, and he, like, pauses and he looks at it, and he looks out the window and just kind of nods and moves it, as an example, moves it on his belt where he could get to it more easily.
Right.
Like, that's what your preparations are. That type of thing. In the moment, you have to justify it, but right now, I was just looking for flavor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. So, yeah, you guys get the bit for a long rest, you sleep. You wake up. None of you can see out the inn's windows, by the way. It's just fog. And then, yeah, you wake up, you come downstairs, and, you can get breakfast from Sue, or you can head straight out, or anything in between.
Sorry, this is dumb, and I'm asking just because I didn't. I'm able to put a counter on this clock for Warcaster, yeah?
Correct.
Okay. That's 1 of 10.
So, what do you guys want to do?
I hope everyone is adequately prepared then.
The doctor's like stretching a little bit. I think I feel alright about everything. 1 weapon down, however, that means I have more room for other things.
Not to mention, that weapon may eventually become oh my god territory.
It might. I'm going to choose it'll become oh my god territory.
That reminds me.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about it last night. We need to be careful about the things that we say while we're out there. And I mean more than just names. When you think about the fact that this place relies on intent, well, we don't know how far down that idea reaches. If we're out there and for whatever reason I shout by Eagle's Molt, if my intent in that moment changes, we have no idea how that can change the way of a battle's movement.
It's a fair point.
Very good point.
If we scream, "You shall fall to our weaponry," again, we have no idea how that might change the way the fight goes. The way of intent is a new factor that we have to be very, very cautious about because of how powerful we have already seen it take effect.
I'd avoid invoking any deific entities here.
I hate to agree.
I need to
Unlikely.
set the microphone that you guys will hear me from for just a second. I've got some schmeckus on my glasses. I'm gonna clean it, but I'm still here.
Okay. Shall we be on our way then?
I'm ready when you are.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Back
So
into
the plan is to head out?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? The inn is going to walk away once you leave.
Okay. Well, then, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of people are here, even?
This morning, you see Kettle Steam sitting at a table by the hearth, surrounded by books. You don't know where she got them. Sue is behind the bar. There's the bugbear and the rabbit man, the Harangon from last night. And there's now a group of what appears to be... They're pixies. They're little motes of light, sitting around a table, or sitting above a table, I should say. Basically, in the window that Tasha was sitting by last night, a little table's been set up, and there's 5 motes of light sitting around it, sharing a slice of plum pie.
Actually, before we do go, might be good to gather more information. Some more things we have to keep an eye out for to be sure we're able to repay the law of debt, but I'd argue it's a small price to pay.
Alright.
We're freeing a realm after all. Why not be heroes while we're at it?
Okay, what are you looking to do, Kyung?
So, Sorry, you said there was a group of pixies, the bartender,
Kettle's
innkeeper,
team.
bartender, Kettle's team,
The Harangon and the Bugbear.
the Harangon, and the Bugbear. Right. So, what I'm thinking, if you all don't mind, can any of you speak anything that's likely to be spoken by the Fey creatures?
Everyone you have met so far has spoken common.
Right, but it's always good to be safe.
I mean, I know Sylvan.
Probably the main one, if I could think
I know Draconic, Shilton, and Common.
of. Oh. Where I sit. Sorry.
I know Sylvan and Aquin and, well, Common.
Alright. So what I'm thinking is, one of us goes and talks to the innkeeper, see if there are anywhere she thinks we should mark our will to first. One of us should talk to that bugbear, see if he has any useful information. One of us talks to the pixies.
You spoke to the Bugbear already.
Right, but we weren't trying to pull information from him last time.
Fair.
Just keep in mind that everything has a price.
Mm-hmm.
Also keep in mind the Harangon called you tourists.
That's true. I guess that brings up the question of how do we look like we're not?
Well, nobody in this room is being as conscious as you guys are. The Bugbear and the Harangon were freely walking up to you. Everyone has shown patient body behavior when you do the names thing. Like,
What I'm hearing is just fucking relax.
Like, Sue chuckled, the Harangon rolled his eyes, and the Bugbear laughed at you. But the only person who took you seriously was Tasha. And even then, Tasha has shown blatant disregard for the rules of the Feywild. She disrespected Sue in her house. Like...
Gotcha.
I see. Apologies, I'll be back in just a minute.
It's not so much... I know Gamzee just got up. It's not so much fucking relax as remember all the rules, not just a couple of them. Kettlestein gave you 3, and Tasha gave you 3. And you're only remembering 2 of the 6.
Hospitality, names have power, the rule of debt, intent matters. What are the last 2 I'm forgetting?
Everything has a price, and there was the rule of curiosity.
Theft is bullshit, also.
What was the rule of curiosity again?
I have no idea. That's not one of the rules I gave you.
I might be thinking of what happened in Tales.
What happened in Tales?
There was a bit of a while back in the circle with Sockham.
That has nothing to do with Crown. Or rather, that's not one of the 6 things you were told.
Intent matters, everything has a price, and
Names have power.
names have power.
That's what
Those were the-
Kettlestein told you.
And there was the rule of hospitality, the rule of debt, and I can't remember the last one.
It's the rule of reciprocity, but it's the same thing. The last one is honesty.
Honesty. Alright.
Gotcha.
And those 3 are what Tasha told you specifically about Zabilna.
Alright, got it.
So basically what that means is, in the inn right now, as I've tried to show, and maybe I failed to do that, and that's on me, in the inn right now, you exist because Sue allows you to exist here. This is Sue's domain. Nobody can fuck with you unless Sue deems it necessary.
Got it.
Likewise, you can't fuck with anybody else. The only exception to that is Tasha. Again, Tasha showed that she doesn't care about the rules. But everybody else has. The bugbear came to you with his hat in his hand. Like...
Got it. Alright, noted.
The Herringon didn't specifically ask you to return the favor, he just waited for you to get it.
Yeah, right.
It's like that. There might be other rules in play, but those 6 need to be measured together, not singling one out.
Alright.
So what do you guys want to do? Hello?
Hi, sorry.
My internet is cutting hard. Sorry, I'm trying to fix it.
So, Vader, Honky, what do you want to do?
That is a valid question, and I'm trying to think.
Well,
Did Sue ever tell us how we can repay her, or...
you didn't ask.
Yeah, that thought.
I almost said Salcom. Kyon said, like, what do we owe you for, like, letting us come into your inn? And Sue asked you if you were here to stop Bavlorna, and she was the first person to say Bavlorna's name.
Uh-huh.
And then you said yes, and Sue didn't say anything else.
What was that? I think it cut off.
Sue, like, you said yes, you're here to deal with Bavlorna, and Sue didn't say anything else. She was interrupted by Tasha, and you guys never revisited it. Because Sue called Bavlorna a hag.
So we could probably ask her more about that.
You can. Sue seems to be the most knowledgeable person you've met so far. Surprised you haven't plied her for information before this.
So I think the doctor may go talk to Sue.
Okay. Sue to Sue.
Yes, exactly.
Brick will join him.
Okay. So you two want to go over and talk to Sue? That's fine. So you guys, like, walk up to Sue as she's, like, passing... she's passing, like, a plate of, like, breakfast meat over to the bugbear. And you notice that he puts, like, maple syrup on potatoes. But yeah, she smiles when you two walk up. I trust you slept well.
Absolutely. Thank you once again for letting us stay the night.
She nods. Wouldn't be much of an inn if I didn't offer rooms, now would it?
Nods. So, I have a question, if you don't mind.
Of course.
yesterday, when we asked what we could do to repay you for staying, you told us, you mentioned wanting us to stop
Kill the hag.
to kill the hag. Yes, we got interrupted after that. By Archmage Tasha. Is there anything else to that?
What more needs there be?
Shrugs.
I'm a
But I
servant
don't-
of Sibilna, and I have been for many years. It would do a great deal to repay me to see Sibilna restored. But if that doesn't satisfy, I'm a bit of a collector, as most beings in this land are. For me, I collect things you don't want anymore. Any old trinket will do. You never know what might be useful to someone else.
Nods in agreement. All right. What kind of things have you collected over the years? The doctor's like genuinely curious about this.
She chuckles and she says, "A little of this and a little of that. Not much of use to you, I'm afraid. No maps, no silver bullets, no... nothing like that file you're carrying."
Figured not much like that.
Actually, she would have said magic bullets, not silver bullets, but yeah.
Nods.
A bartender's, well, innkeeper's greatest collection is in the stories they've heard and the information they've gathered. Do they still say in the waking world, so to say, that the barkeep knows everything?
Yes, they do. Depending on where you go, it's more true in some places than others.
Well, I'm the only innkeep for miles.
A constantly moving mile at that.
Quite.
Logic dictates you're borderline omniscient.
Not quite, but I've seen my share.
Also, hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did I miss anything important?
I reiterated the rules of the Feywild because you guys were getting them wrong. You need to take the 6 together, not focus on just one.
Right.
You haven't been doing that.
Nope. Don't really have anything to say to that other than oops.
Can I get you anything before you leave? Maybe some time before our paths cross again? I'm unfortunately not in control of the inn's movements.
What was that last part?
I'm not in control of the inn's movements.
Nothing I can think of. I thought I'd double check to make sure that we had all of our information on what we needed to do to repay you.
Accomplish your goal, and I'll consider myself repaid, I wager. But is that all the information you require? How to repay me?
Nods.
Oh, actually. Do you have any idea of where we should start? We should go to start. Oh, we should go looking to start burying the fog down. Had to take the voice off to actually get that statement out. What the fuck?
I don't know the answer to that question. But there's an old sage's saying. If you don't know the answer, you should know where to go to get the answer.
And the answer to that is most likely the hag ruling over hither.
If you want to apply Bavlorna for information, by all means, but, well, there is another option.
What is it?
The temple.
Head tilt temple.
I couldn't tell you where it is now, but I have reason to believe it's in hither. It's a temple to Zybilna's archive, so to say. Equal part religious organization and scholarly pursuit.
Interesting. Something of that school of wizards, the Theurgists.
Correct. I could tell you where it should be if it hasn't got up and walked away.
A general idea of what direction to head in would probably be of help.
Be warned. It is likely a place that Bavlorna would go quickly and change it to suit her ends. But with any luck, she'll have missed some of it.
All we have to do is find our way there and hope that something remains.
Quite so. It should be to the northeast of here. But, given the structure of the map, impossible to say.
Northeast could be anywhere.
But, a good place to start as any.
Absolutely.
Starting point and an intent.
All we'll need is one good moment of distraction on their end, and our will should breach through like a harpoon through a remoras.
I cannot promise that you will find friends there. Keep your weapons close.
Nods.
Anything else I can do for you?
As far as I'm aware, that should be everything.
For the sake of the VOD, allow me a moment to say, if you're in the audience right now and you're saying, "What? A Temple of Knowledge? That wasn't in Wild Beyond the Witchlight when I played." Yeah, hi, welcome to 5 Point Fox. I'm putting a dungeon in every aspect of Prismere, so there's going to be 4 dungeons. Have fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
5 Point Fox. 5 Point Fox.
Thank
speaking
you.
of weapons, that reminds me. Doctor, I wanted to take a look at one of those daggers.
Oh, these? She pulls out the sword. Do you want to look at them individually?
The one that bit better.
The doctor will click them apart and hand him the, I'm trying to remember which one it was.
The cold iron.
Cold iron, yeah. She'll hand over the cold iron one.
You try to hand it over. Doesn't work.
Like, how do you mean try?
Like, you pull the blades apart, you go to hand one to Brick, and, like, however you want to play it is how you play it. Either you repeatedly drop it, or it sticks to your hand, or Brick's hand phases through it, or whatever, but, like, you can't hand it over.
Fascinating.
That's odd.
It won't let me hand it over. Interesting. She'll look the knife over, like she can touch the blade and everything and all that.
Yeah, you can handle it just fine.
just whenever she hands it over to Brick, like, I don't know, it falls, like you mentioned, or the blade bends away from his hand in a way iron shouldn't.
Yes.
Isn't this one of those? Doesn't this fall under one of the rules we learned about? I'm gonna be honest, I forgot all the rules, so that's about as specific as I can get.
No, this does not fall under one of the rules of the Feywild that
It
you've
does
learned.
not.
Since you were AFK, I'll go over it again. Kettle Steam told you 3 things. Names have power, intent matters, and everything has a price. Tasha then told you 3 rules specific to Prismere. The rule of reciprocity, which is basically pay back your debt. The rule of hospitality, which is if somebody comes to you and they need something, especially if they come into your house or your domain, you treat them fairly. And the rule of honesty, which basically means like taking things from someone else through deception, duplicity, sleight of hand, or anything like that, is a capital offense.
They need to be kept as a set, perhaps.
The doc will try to hand them both over.
Yeah, no problem.
Good thinking.
I
think watching that, like, Cyrda's not looking at her sword, like, glancing back and forth.
I understand it's not magic, but I've seen paired magic items. Or Sparky has. God, it's so hard to tell the difference now.
It's familiar, and that's what's important.
I think
Sincerely.
Sue chuckles and says, "Does it matter?"
Right, I mean, sincerely, why does it bother you so much? I understand it's something from someone else, but they're yours now. Should you treat them as such?
I suppose so. It's still a lot having to sort through another set of memories. Anyways, I want to look over the cold iron dagger.
Okay.
I want to know if I've seen this material before. I want to use my stone cunning.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Where is it?
You have. It's fallen out of fashion in recent years. Planar travel has reduced significantly after the spell plague for obvious reasons. But yeah, there's some old, like, around the time of the spell plague or just before or after the spell plague, like, items, like, I think actually, Ultra Ravengard, like, in his armory, he's got, like, some cold iron weaponry. So yeah, you're passingly familiar with it. What do you want to know?
I want to know where we can find more.
Not in the Feywild, that's for sure. Well, that's not entirely true. You can find it in the Feywild, but it's the type of thing that, like, gets like, cold iron in the Feywild is about the equivalent of, like, nuclear waste in our world.
Uh-huh.
Looking for cold iron in the Feywild feels like looking for kryptonite in the Sanctum Solitude.
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty sure he keeps some on hand, though.
he does, but that's still a good example. It's found quickly and it's sent somewhere secure.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is we need to find
I mean, at the very least, it's kept in a very secure location that is not easily accessed.
What
Correct.
I'm hearing is we need to find Zavilna's Fort Knox.
Correct.
Uh-huh. So, I understand what cold iron is, then,
Mhm.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. You don't see this much nowadays. What with the ability and necessity of planar travel being reduced. But I believe this is colloquially known as cold iron.
All conversation in the room stops.
That's
I don't think they like that.
I do not think you
Let's-
should have said that out loud, Sergeant.
perhaps not.
At least not in the kind company.
It's an effective weapon here, sure, but keep it under wraps, and he'll hand back both daggers.
The Herringon and the Bugbear have both stood up, and Herringon says, "Taurus,
Hmm?
you're going to be brandishing weapons like that. You should need a reason. You hear?"
What? I couldn't understand it.
If you're going to be brandishing a weapon like that, make sure you have a reason.
Of course, I'd never brandish a weapon like this if I didn't. And she's going to click the knife back into the short sword and put it away.
If you want to look it over, Brick, I suggest we do so in private.
Perhaps. I think I've got all I needed from it, though.
Everybody, including Kettlestein, glances at Sue before returning to whatever they were doing.
The doctor will turn to Sue. So sorry about that.
No one was in danger.
Nods.
Though the warning is timely, be mindful. That weapon you carry is a venomous blade.
Nods.
And beware more where it fails.
Understood. Thank you.
Sue nods.
Well, with that, we have a destination. I suppose it's time for us to be on our way.
Supplies for the road? I'm certain you were told not to eat or drink anything from here, but perhaps you'll make an exception. I can offer you rations if you need.
That would be appreciated. I'm running low since we came out of Chult.
Sue can supply each of you with 10 days of rations.
That could be useful.
But she'll ask for something in return.
The doctor will do it. The doctor will take the supplies.
Okay. Sue asks you for something you don't want.
Alright. I'm gonna take a look through the doctor's things because I know she has a bunch of stuff in here.
Okay? That goes for any of you. If you take the rations, Sue will ask you for something you don't want anymore.
Okay.
I think the doctor pulls out her old tambourine.
Okay.
Would this work?
Whatever you don't want.
There you go. It's a little used, but it's not too terrible.
Sue takes it and tucks it under the counter.
Thank you.
I'm just looking through my inventory, seeing what I have for offer.
Same here.
Okay.
Um,
It doesn't just have to be from your inventory.
I actually still have a javelin, so I guess I can give that.
Okay. You only have one?
I actually had 9.
You want to give her all of them?
Sure.
I mean, it's up to you. Do you think they'll...
I really have been using them, and I got 10 Terrafolk Javelin in addition, which are just strictly better anyway.
You're giving her the ones you started with. Okay. She'll take them. You guys can get 10 days of Sue's ration.
how about
Differentiate them, by the way.
a hunting trap?
Sure.
If you're talking the javelins, they already were differentiated.
No,
in my
differentiate
inventory.
the rations.
Oh, okay, so I have 10 rations, or...
If you're carrying rations already, differentiate the rations Sue gives you.
Oh, okay.
Let's have a different weight than base rations?
They do not.
Okay.
Dang it, I just saw something. Where was it?
I just saved myself about 5 pounds.
10 rations would be 20 pounds.
Yeah, the hunting trap is 25.
Nice. What'd you say, Brick?
I was looking through my inventory. I saw something, and I was like, yeah, and now I lost it. And I forgot it.
It doesn't have to be from your inventory.
I know.
Okay.
That's implicatively rather interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. We were also told if we've lost something, this is a good place to look for it.
No comment.
Oh.
Actually,
piece
I
of-
will comment. Sue is not keeping lost things. She's taking things given to her.
Yes, I know that. I'm not saying that Sue is the one to look for lost things from.
Mm.
That it was Prismere. We were told if we've lost something, Prismere is a good place to look for it.
That is true.
So now I've got something I'm going to be looking for.
Brick, do you want the
That's
rations?
what it was. Honestly, probably.
Okay. Just give Sue something you don't want.
Thinking of giving up one of the dwarven longswords.
The sword you're using with the Vortex Assistant?
Yeah.
Why on earth?
I don't think putting your guns in is worth giving up one of the swords.
Mm-hmm.
I don't either.
No, you're right.
As I am often want to say, you don't have to reload a sword.
Yeah.
Like, don't misunderstand me. If that's what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you, but I am actually speechless.
No, you're right. I'm just...
I said give her something you don't want anymore, and you go straight to one of the swords I use every combat. Wow, dude.
No, never mind. Forget I said anything. Let's just move on.
Okay.
God, I have a stupid amount of stuff, and I don't know what to give away.
Didn't you want to
Fucking-
lower your pack weight anyway?
What was that?
Didn't you want to lower your... I got
Didn't
it.
you want to lower your pack weight anyway?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I did. I'm just trying to figure out what I can give up to do so. Most things that I can give up, the rations will. Yeah.
I mean, I have a nightstick.
It's got to come from Brick.
Fair.
Can that just be something given to Brick that Brick can then give?
I mean, technically, yes, but
That feels like a cheeky way around it.
it's a very cheeky way
Yeah.
around it.
And incredibly rude to our host.
Yeah,
No,
rule of hospitality
I-
applies.
That's very fair. That's just why I'm asking.
Also, rule of honesty applies. That's duplicitous.
Oh.
What did you do with your old armor set?
I believe. I mean, I probably still have it on me, but I thought I would have. I was thinking I got rid of it at the carnival.
I don't remember you getting rid of it, though.
No, he did. He gave it to the Blacksmith at the carnival.
Ah. It doesn't seem like it, but in my monkey brain, the carnival was a frickin' while ago.
It was... Yeah, it was like 4 weeks ago. But
Something I don't
fictionally,
want.
it's been about a day.
God.
Good, Brick.
Hmm.
Like, if you're super
mean-
attached to everything, it's fine.
I could give up casings for them, but that feels not like a great trade.
Sue specifically asked for something you don't want anymore. She didn't say, give me something of equal value. She didn't say, make it a
That's
good
true.
trade. Like,
Actually, you know something I don't want anymore? This friggin' Yuan-Ti petrification poison.
there we go! Finally. Okay.
To be fair, I think Brick is, like, actually loaded to the tits with stuff.
Yeah, he's absolutely
Oh.
loaded to the tits with stuff. He's encumbered. Or he
Yeah.
was. I don't know if
I
he
was
still
gonna
is.
say,
No,
so
I'm,
it would
I'm
take a
still
little while.
lightly encumbered, like
Okay.
I have been for a long while.
Yeah, if you don't want the Yanti poison, yeah, she'll trade for that.
Yeah. The entire campaign, basically, I've been lightly encumbered.
Why do I get the feeling she'd just been like, ooh, this is neat, and just immediately throws it over her shoulder, crashing against the wall or something?
Just due to the sheer weight of my old armor and my gear.
I mean, you're half right, Honky. She's probably never gonna look at it again, but yeah.
And I've done my good deed.
Say,
Well, I'm bored with this now.
you all have 10 days worth of rations from Sue. And again, make sure you mark them as different on your character sheets.
Uh-huh.
You guys want to head out after that?
The fact that they're different makes me nervous, but I know it shouldn't because it's coming from Sue, and she is a doll.
And thus we turn into dolls now.
She's not lawful good, I don't think. Let me double check that before I run my mouth. No, she's not good aligned at all.
Never mind, folks. I'm nervous about them again.
Don't be a pussy, it's probably fine.
Hey, I'm the one here that's supposed to be nervous about everything. Leave me alone with it.
So, do you have anything else you guys want to do in the inn?
I can't think of anything, honestly.
Okay. So you guys want to step out into the swamp?
I believe so. Thank Sue for her hospitality before leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yet again, I'll say it again. The inn is going to move when you step out. Are you sure you're ready to go?
Yep.
Think so.
All good.
Okay. Hang on. What? Hello?
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 Hi.
Hello?
I was hearing a voice coming out of my phone. My phone's not connected to anything.
Huh.
Well,
Weird.
that's definitely not a point of nerves.
Hang on a second. Hey, honey, are you doing something with voices?
No.
Okay, that's weird. Whatever, I'll worry about it later. So, you guys
Concerning, but not unexpected.
a little bit. So you guys step out into the swamp. So I need to go. We'll go here, and I need. Yeah, that'll do. So you guys step out into the mucky swamp. Could somebody roll me a D2, please?
I'll do it. Oh no, I don't have a macro for that.
That's fine. Okay, the water is up, so you slosh down into for Kian, chest high water. For the rest of you, it's like up to your neck.
The doctor can swim.
Brick, you have to swim.
was
Cyrdath can swim.
Brick, you have to swim.
If Brick
Right.
wants help, the doctor will.
Well, thankfully I don't have medium armor anymore.
True.
Thankfully, Cyrdath can actually swim now.
The
Yeah,
fog
I
surrounds
suppose
you.
that
It
means-
is almost impossible to tell which way you're going.
I suppose that means an athletics check.
No, not to tread water.
Alright.
So to the temple then. The doctor like pokes her head up from under the water.
That's probably going to be our best bet. Aye.
If the doctor puts her head underwater and opens her eyes, what can she see? Not much.
Murk.
Something that needs to be mentioned immediately. I would have had Vrek re-enter the shield before we left.
Understood.
I'm glad I remembered that before we, detonated swamp gases.
Yeah, right.
Boy, it sure is wet out.
And now everything within 50 miles is now on fire.
No, hopefully not.
I think Cyrdath is now just surprised at how suddenly how much easier it is to just go through the water.
It is much
Doctor,
easier to go through the water now.
Yeah. Is this what it's like for you, Doctor?
Well, mostly. I can swim relatively easily, but I can also see and breathe underwater, which I don't believe you can do. Can you? Am I wrong? Do I need to update my field book?
I think Cyrodiil just shrugs as like, just sticks her head underwater briefly to try it.
Make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. The good news is you rolled really high. The bad news is you just tried to breathe underwater. You're gonna come up sputtering and gasping for air. And you're going to get the poison condition.
The answer is a solid no, then.
No.
Unfortunate, but not unexpected.
A couple of interesting notes, Cyrodiil, since you have ingested swamp water.
Yeah.
Interesting note number 1, the water is full of particulate.
Yeah.
Interesting note number 2, it tastes like iron.
Huh.
Awful.
Wait, would the doctor also knows that if she's breathing in the water?
The doctor only stuck her head underwater to see if she could see. She's been above water the rest of the time.
Oh, well, she said, like, the doctor sticks her head above water earlier, I thought.
Yeah, to see if she could see anything, and when I said no, I assumed she popped her head out immediately.
Yeah. The doctor, like, wasn't gonna stay down there, like, long enough to do surveillance because she doesn't have the spear anymore.
I assumed Dr. Lorelei was not going to try to breathe swamp water, personally, but...
Yeah, the doctor isn't
Fair
gonna breathe
enough.
swamp water. That shit's nasty.
You're
Fair
poisoned
enough.
for the next minute, by the way.
I do not know what poison means in D&D. Let me look that up.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Ah.
You're
I think I
you're
have
sick,
anti-poison in
basically.
I
What?
have anti-poison in my bag, I
Wait,
think.
you're a paladin. You're immune to poison.
Ha!
I'm immune to disease.
At
Yeah,
eighth,
paladins
at
only
sev-
get immunity to disease.
at 7th level, by 7th level, do they not also get poison?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure I don't think you get poison at all.
None of the
I can
fuck?
cure myself with lay on hands,
Ah, that's what it is. Okay.
so I can
Yep.
use that, but I feel like since we're not in combat, if it's just a minute.
I also have anti-poison, like 6 bottles of it.
While valid that it's just a minute, fictionally it sucks.
Valid. I guess I got 35 points of lay on hands. I can just use it.
You don't have to.
Well, the doctor does have.
I say just stick out the minute. It shouldn't, like, sure,
Fair.
it's gonna suck, but, I mean, I think it's better to just stick it out than waste resources.
Well, that's valid too.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are standing in the
Lord,
swamp and the inn is
Lord.
moving away from you.
The doctor will wave a little bit to the inn.
One of the
but
legs waves at you.
She chuckles a little. Interesting. Awful, but interesting.
Hate that. Doctor, please never wave at it again.
Don't be rude. All right.
If we find evidence that the inn is alive, I will apologize for that statement.
It has fleshy legs!
The doctor
don't-
was about to say, Kyon, it has legs.
I really just want to believe that buildings can't be alive, alright? That has weird implications.
Oh, just wait till Sue tries to redo the wallpaper.
Monster House looking ass.
I was about to say, it's like Monster House.
Monster House looking ass. Anyway.
Wait,
It turns
Monster
out
House.
we
Where the
are
hell
the
died?
It turns out we are the gingerbread men inside the gingerbread house.
Oh God!
Oh my god. Vader.
Onward, I guess, to the temple.
Is he made of flesh, or is his home made of him?
Basically.
So,
I said that backwards as fuck.
yeah, you did.
Somehow I turned that into a logical statement that is literally correct. Like, yes, he is made of. He is made of flesh. Congratulations.
So, you're standing in the swamp, or treading water in the swamp.
So game plan. Mentally decide to move with intent towards, quote, the temple.
Okay.
All parties in agreement?
Yep.
Yeah.
Make a survival check with disadvantage.
I'll do it because I have the highest.
Woo!
Yay.
And you know what? I'm gonna burn my inspiration to make that neutral.
Okay.
Didn't even matter.
Roll a d10.
Oh goody.
Okay. You start trudging through the swamp. Kyan is wayfinding. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, Seerdeath is going to be staying on guard. That's normally the main thing she does.
Okay.
The doctor is keeping an eye and her ears out for anything on the left and in the water with them.
Okay.
Brick is busy swimming.
Make an athletic check.
Yeah.
If Brick is gonna need help, then I can.
Well, Seerdeath might be better at that.
He's got
She
pretty
has
high
high
athletics.
strength.
It should be fine.
Fair.
That's enough. There's not a lot of current.
With Thunder, I can just grab him by the scruff and lift him since it only goes to my chest. I'm pretty much walking.
Can you lift me?
Yeah. I mean, he does have powerful build, but also his strength is ass.
Yeah, remember what I said while I'm looking for something? There you go, kids.
Sit on that for a bit, Gamzee. So, Dr. Lorelei, you're keeping an ear out for danger. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 16 right now.
Cool. So I linked a thing backstage at the beginning of this episode. I can't talk about precisely what it is, and neither can you. But if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at that for atmospheric purposes, Dr. Lorelei first, and then slowly the rest of you, begin to hear a female voice echoing through the fog, just wordlessly singing like a haunting melody.
Kinda like the mermaid from earlier at the carnival.
No.
Like, not exactly this, but it's a similar kind of wordless melody.
Yes.
What's different about this feeling?
Make a wisdom save and I'll tell you.
That
Who can make that?
Only Dr. Lorelei, because Sib's asked.
Only? Okay.
This song changes the timbre of the swamp. It seems to make it definitively malicious. You feel this closing sensation around you. The fog turns heavy wherever the song touches.
Alright then. Kind of furrows brows. Interesting. Very interesting. You all hear that, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
wanted to on for a second with that.
Hmm.
Any
What do you-
ideas what it is?
Whatever it is, it kind of makes the swamp feel a little less friendly almost. But
I
you
thought it
don't.
was.
I mean, I wouldn't say it never was. It probably was at some point, but What do you guys think?
I think that's the sound of a siren.
There's a not insignificant chance.
Speak up, Gamsey.
Sorry if my mic had slipped away from my mouth. There's a not insignificant chance.
A siren's call. I feel like Brick, you would be Brick and Dr. Lorelai would be passively familiar with this. A siren's call tends to want you to come closer. This is having the opposite effect. It almost wants you to move away.
I don't think a siren is the correct word, Sergeant. Sirens usually want you to come near. This feels like it's trying to drive us away.
Hi. It's passing strange.
The music is getting louder.
What do you guys think?
Whatever it is, I do not like it, I admit. It's not inspiring confidence.
Well, whatever it is, it's getting closer, and I would rather us not jump the gun, no matter how it feels.
I'd like to argue with you, Doctor, but you make a fair point.
What's the play?
I say we continue on, but we keep the caution. If we see something we don't think we want to go near, we move away. Fast.
The doctor will nod along with that, but the doctor's gonna keep an ear out for the music. Like, it's still getting closer slowly over time, right?
Oh, not slowly over time. It's coming closer noticeably.
I don't think that we're gonna have a chance to work with that plan, I'm afraid. It's getting closer, rapidly.
And the more we talk, the closer it gets. We need to move.
Keep swimming a bit.
Okay.
Getting closer, can we tell what direction?
Not in this fog. It's like it's coming from the fog.
If the doctor blows into the fog, does it, like, move with her breath?
To a point.
I know it gets pretty much deleted, quote unquote, like a
Like a source
SFM,
lighting error.
like a source lighting error from my
Lantern.
lantern shield.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if all light sources have that effect.
Doesn't seem to.
Maybe that's just special from Vrek.
Brett doesn't do it unless he's in the shield.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't had him in the fog before. Just
Yes, you
him.
have on the bridge.
I see. I misinterpreted.
Yeah, no.
So then, it's something special about the shield.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Anyone with magical light sources, now might be the time to light them.
Don't think I have anything.
Afraid I may be the
Well,
only one.
I, ironically enough, have something kind of, but I don't know if that's going to be as useful.
Go on.
What is it?
Fairy fire.
That's not a magical light source. Read the spell again.
It says is outlined in each object in a 20-foot cube in range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. My choice.
Yes.
Any creature in the areas.
That's not the same thing.
For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius.
I mean, okay. But that is more like predator vision. That's lighting something up, not making a light.
That's
Right,
effective.
no,
That's
I agree. That just say I do have something, I just don't think it's that useful.
Fair enough.
keep moving.
Keep swimming.
So, I mean, I'm asking, do we want me to use a charge to do it, or
I don't know.
Keep
You only
moving.
get that once per day, don't you?
it's just a spell slot? What? It's something I got for the chicken, and it's just a spell. So it uses up a first level spell slot.
And I thought she gave it to you once per day.
Yeah.
Was it once per day?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, I stand corrected then.
We still may want it for later.
All right then.
And also, I prepared it for today with my own spell slots.
Ah, fair enough.
As we swim away, does it follow?
It doesn't get any quieter as you move. It continues to get louder.
This is a very bad idea, and I don't think I'll do it. But I'm almost tempted to have the doctor ask, "Can we help you with something?" Feels like it might ask for problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would cause massive problems.
You start
I
to
appreciate.
You start to feel
concern.
vibrations in the ground and water.
Keep
Yeah.
swimming.
It'll be almost soon.
Okay, I don't think we're outrunning this thing. Outrunning whatever this thing is.
Defend ourselves if necessary. I wouldn't start a fight here.
Not in the water.
You all make the call. Do we move away or keep moving?
It sounds like we aren't even getting away is the problem. It doesn't get quieter.
And perhaps we should. This is like a swamp, right? So there are trees coming out of the water.
In places, yes.
Perhaps we could aim for a tree and go up it.
Alright, maybe that'll work.
Is there one even within light?
Yeah, I think you can find a tree, but I will say, all of you're starting to get vertigo.
This is not good.
Vertigo is that like kind of motion sick spinny feeling, right?
Correct.
And there isn't really a tree within sight.
No, there is, but you guys are going to get vertigo. Also, aside from you talking to each other, you can't hear anything except the music.
Awful. Just a bit awful.
Yeah, we should. I understand we're starting to get the vertigo. I think we should head for a tree or something.
Uh-huh.
Something solid, or at least what we can perceive as solid.
Right. So, heading towards a tree then.
Okay. You guys find a tree. That's no issue. It's probably 12, 15 feet tall, gnarled and rotted.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's a swamp.
It'll
I mean, no, I'm not disputing that. I'm just thinking, oh, great.
It might not be able to hold some of our weight.
Well, it'll have to work. Who's up first?
It'll be an athletics check with disadvantage because you've got vertigo. Like
The doctor will try.
like looking up at it, I think Dr. Lorelei like staggers for a second.
Yeah. But the doctor will try.
Athletics with disadvantage.
Come on, Doc. This is gonna go poorly. Or you cannot roll at all. Thanks.
There it goes. Okay, so Dr. Lorelei like starts to grab the trunk and pull herself up, and the bark just disintegrates in her hands, and she like falls back to her feet.
Oh, these trees are old. Old. Sorry.
Something moves the water hard nearby.
The doctor is going to look in that general direction and try to peer into it.
You see
So
one of
is
those
Brick.
large breaker waves roll past you.
All right then. Hi there. The doctor's back is pressed to the tree.
Okay. Kian, Brick, and Ceradeath, what are you doing?
Keeping an eye on that as well.
Okay.
I think Ceradeath is bringing the shield out in front of said, between her and the wave.
Okay. Kian?
I'm gonna get my shield. I'm gonna get my shield ready.
You're
Right.
gonna put the
Ready
light
up.
beam in that direction? Okay. You see movement in the water as something emerges. And I have to cut the music.
Oh, good. Good. Love to hear that.
In an instant, with Kian's lantern seeing this thing start to come out of the water, no time seems to pass. But in the next instant, from all of your perspectives, the following changes occur. It is nighttime. Kian and Kian and Ceradeath are bloody. Kian, you have no first level spell slots. You lose 1 third level spell slot. Dr. Lorelei, you are at 10 HP, draped over Kian's shoulder. Breck is out in battle mode, level 2. And you're all fleeing.
The doctor.
Yep.
What?
I honestly don't think that the transition even breaks Kian's movement. Yep. That's awful. All of my energy gone at once.
Is the doctor missing any spell slots, or is she just knocked?
Yes, you are missing all of your first level spell slots and 8 charges from your healer's kit.
What is Ceradeath's condition?
You are bloody. You're at half HP and your shield is gone.
Yeah, you didn't mention my HP.
I said you're bloody.
Like my shield is just gone?
Your shield is gone.
Damn!
Bloody, like,
Half HP.
half. Okay.
And Brick?
You have lost 15 HP and you're moving at half speed. You've taken an injury.
Okay.
Anyone remember what we just fought?
I don't remember.
Keep
anything.
moving!
No plan to stop, little brother.
Shit.
But yeah, you don't hear the singing anymore. You're still in the swamp. The water is down now. You're moving across soggy, mucky ground. But yeah, it's like no time has passed. And now it's nighttime and you're all in this disheveled state.
Wait a minute. So no one remembers what we just fought?
The doctor's
dead.
trying to focus through the pain.
Who wants to bet we were close to our goal and our friend met us and decided to take away our memory of the encounter?
The doctor is trying to focus on that. Can she do anything about that, or not
No.
really?
You remember the tree, the vertigo, and the song, and then you remember this moment. There is nothing in between.
Nothing. I've got nothing.
My mind. I can't remember it for the life of me.
9 hells.
Oh, have I used... Are either of my preparations gone, or any of my prep points?
I'm not gonna take those from you, so no.
Okay.
Are any of my spell slots gone, or...
Yeah, you're down 2 smites of your choice. Probably something high, but I don't know how high your spell slots go yet.
Just second level at the moment,
Okay,
so
then
probably one of each.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1 and 1.
Whatever, we'll worry about it later. We need to get out of here.
I couldn't agree with you more, Doctor.
Everyone focus your intent. Steal your resolve. Somewhere safe.
I can't.
Con, you
Can't move
glance
that
over your
fast.
shoulder. Brick is limping hard. Brick, you've sustained a knee injury.
Uh-huh.
Is the water up or down?
Down. You're
Down.
running across mucky ground.
Okay.
Can the doctor feel any injuries on herself?
Yeah,
Other than the-
you're at 10 hit points.
Like any injuries that would stop her from moving of her own volition?
No. You've got that fatigue that you get like you've just been resuscitated.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, is Brick missing any spell slots? I've only got first level slots.
No.
Okay.
Grab Brick. We need to move quicker.
I can't!
I think I can still move.
I think at that, like, Cyrodiil goes to, like, try and help Brick move faster.
I mean, the only way to get Brick to move faster would be to pick him up, and then you'd be encumbered.
Oh, that's true.
John, I think I can walk well enough. I think Brick needs the help more than I do.
One more hit, Doctor, and you're done. I could see that just from looking at you for a moment.
Well, the only problem is this takes 10 minutes, so I can't use Prayer of Healing here, really.
I mean, the thing is, you don't hear the song.
Oh?
We've got no time to slow down. Brick.
Brick will cast Expeditious Retreat on himself.
Okay.
That probably hurts like a motherfucker, though.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
How
I
bad
mean, Brick, you might be fucking your knee permanently if you do that.
That's what the doctor is here for, though.
Hold. Sorry. A lot of noises were happening there.
No, go ahead, Gamsey.
Injuries can be covered with magical healing, right?
Generally.
Well, no idea if it'll work, but I mean, if Brick has been battered as badly as Cyrodiil or the Doctor,
I only took 15... Well, you said I lost 15 HP. What do you mean by that?
15 H. Yeah, you like your hit point set right now is minus 15.
Is that
total
as
or
in
maximum?
my maximum,
No,
or did I
current.
just take damage?
You've taken 15 points
Okay.
of damage.
Okay.
Then you said I'm down a third level slot. I have no first. I've used a second.
Correct.
That means I still have my fourth.
Generally speaking, injuries need to be healed with lesser resto. Magical healing is good for like a puncture wound. I was looking at my notes, sorry.
You're cool. That's one of my preps for today.
Okay.
I was also going to say what happened to Brick is the doctor's specialty, but unfortunately we aren't in a position where the doctor can do that.
Oh, as we're moving, I'm gonna slow down a bit so Brick can come up. I'm gonna hit him with a lesser resto.
Okay. Brick, your knee injury is healed.
It's better.
Now let's go.
Where?
Intention focused on safety.
You don't hear the song anymore.
Where? You'll need somewhere to rest.
Keep moving towards our destination.
You have no idea where you are.
We don't know if we'll find friends there or not, Brick. You sure that's a
Doesn't
good idea?
matter. If we get distracted, we'll never get there.
Alright, I have to agree.
This isn't as much distracted as much as it looks like some of us have nearly died.
Feels like it too.
The doctor is not gonna say that.
I will offer you this. At no point can I give you the memories of the intermeeting points of time. However, anybody who wants to can attempt an insight check to glean some CSI information.
I will do so.
The doctor is
Yeah.
doing so.
I mean, might as well.
What was it?
Yeah.
What did you say it was?
Insight. Okay.
Damn, I'm glad the number went that way.
I'm going to go from lowest to highest. Dr. Lorelei,
Yes.
from your position and how bad you feel, it's very plausible that you went down, Sean grabbed you and ran, and healed you while you were running. You have one question. Be thinking it over.
Alright.
Brick.
Uh-huh.
From the aches of your body before Lesser Restoration was cast on you, your knee was the worst of it, but you feel like you were thrown or perhaps crushed by something. You have that full body ache of being pinned under a weight. You
Uh-oh.
also have one question. Cyrida,
Yep.
your shield is gone. Your sword is not bloody. Your armor is rent in places and damaged.
Shit.
You are bloody. In all of your Avenger training, that can only mean one thing. You stood at the head of a retreat and got absolutely walloped. And whatever walloped you knew to take your shield away. You have two questions. Kyan, you were in a fight. You were in a big fight. From your spell slot allocation, or rather, your spell slots missing, you know that you tried to bring forth Spring's Fury on something. And from the way that you feel and the desperation in Vrek's voice, you failed. You also have two questions. Circling back to Dr. Lorelei.
What kind of damage did we take the most? Like, was it scratch marks? Was
That
it
I
bite
can't
marks?
tell you.
Fuck. Okay. This might be the same question, just a different wording, but I can never be sure. What put me down? Like, what does it feel like put me down? Was it a knock to the head? Was it a blow to the ribs? Was it what?
Poison.
Then I think the doctor, like,
But you're
thinking
also
about-
bleeding from several... Well, there's blood on your clothes. Magical healing would remove the bleeding, but there's blood on your clothes from, like, you were bleeding from something as well.
Bloody poison. I think the doctor is, like, too out of it, like, to start speaking too loudly. So I think just quietly, Kyan just hears, bloody poison down. And it kind of fades out a little more again.
Brick,
Uh-huh.
what's your question, friend?
Is my rifle, like, hot? Like it's been fired from? I know it doesn't, like, have any ammunition. It creates its own, but...
Yes. Sorry, I dropped the phone. In point of fact, the barrel is smoking. It's so hot. It's glowing faintly. You've been firing this for a while.
Fuck.
Yeah, and especially since I just got my extra attack.
Mm-hmm.
This has been... The rifle's been fired a lot. One more question. What would it be?
Cyrodiil?
I've-
You've got 2. Make them count.
I know, and I'm trying to think. You mentioned my armor has been rent.
Yes.
Can I tell, like, in what way? I.e., like, looking at it. Is it clear? Was it primarily, like, bludgeoning or slashing or...
There are gouges, like, torn out of it, basically everywhere, and it's also corroded.
Quick question. Does that mean she loses her night vision?
Oh, yeah, this is magical armor.
I'm aware that it's
So-
magical armor.
I know, I'm more mentioning that, thinking in general, it's like, that's even more holy shit.
Yep.
That
What-
makes it even worse.
What was your question, Gamzee?
Losing their night vision.
No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't have the damage condition. It's just noticeably damaged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have said damaged condition.
Okay.
Is it missing any pieces, or does it just look like it's been gouged?
It just looks like it's been gouged.
So, Brick, do you have, like, the ability to fix that then, you think, or...
You got one more question, Cyrodiil.
Okay. Alright. Shield is missing. Sword is not bloodied at all.
Sword is not bloody.
Yeah, actually, I can use mending to repair that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so... Well, that was just a Brick question, so that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't.
Is there any way for me to tell if I had tried to use my sword at all?
It's in your hand.
Okay, so...
Your arm is sore.
Like my sword arm, not my
Yeah.
shield arm.
Well, they're both sore, but yeah, your sword arm like aches in that like I've been fighting kind of way.
Okay.
Speaking of which, since I don't know if this would count as a question or not, but since she lost her shield, is there any chance she pulled out the sheath sword?
I thought you said I did.
I didn't, but that's valid. Like, if you were in a hard fight and you lost your shield, would you have switched the blade to its two-handed form?
I would have switched.
Okay,
yes.
then you're running with that.
Yeah. And it still wouldn't have been bloody. I could have sworn you said I did, but
I
that's
didn't
funny.
because I forgot you had it, so I know I didn't.
Okay, well, fair enough.
But no, it is not bloody, and the inner
Okay.
sword is not bloody either.
Okay. So that at least that could either say then that it's either immune to that type of effect of silver, or whatever it is, at least doesn't bleed.
Kian, you've got 2.
Or you just weren't able to hit it?
That too.
First question. This is gonna sound. How do I word this?
Mm-hmm.
There's often described a mental difference between one instance to another when someone blacks out.
This is not that.
We are not experiencing that.
No. Like, I'm not going to count that against you. It's literally, you threw your shield up, like, you saw something start to come out of the water, and then immediately you're shunted forward in time. There is no we blacked out. It's just that's all that exists.
It's a cut.
Reason I was asking was because, I mean, logically, augmentation wouldn't leave that spunt of blackout.
Right. No. Like I said, I'm not counting that against you.
What would be another good one to ask? Or what would be a good one to ask? Okay. Is there any way to tell how much ground we've cleared since?
You are completely unaware of your surroundings.
Okay. Sorry, I'm grasping at straws.
I did say that already, so I'm not counting that against you either.
Sorry, I'm grasping at straws because I don't really see the strings to pull at.
You're trying to get information about your condition. That's what these rolls are for.
There.
You are not going to get any information about what happened except to as it pertains to you.
That's fair. Set him at half HP.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of aches am I rocking?
That's really hard for me to define because I didn't roll for that, frankly. But I will say you have the marks of Dr. Lorelai's healer's kits on you.
Bandages, dried salves.
Pretty much.
Whatever hit me a lot harder than where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. You don't feel that sluggishness that comes back from getting up from downed, though.
That's good.
So you and the doctor.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Sibs.
So the people who could heal were working on that healing to keep people up.
Correct.
Probably why the doctor feels like she's just been resuscitated.
Has Vrek taken damage?
Freck has not.
Okay. Is that my 2?
No, that's your 1.
Okay.
Now, you intrinsically know whether or not Breck's taking damage.
Oh, okay. I can tell that I was. The doctor gave me kits.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't gone down. I've used a bunch of slots. I didn't use any wild shapes.
No.
Interesting. Are there any, like, notable marks of injury?
On who?
On mainly the doctor. It's the one I'd be looking at since I'm kind of carrying them.
No, because she's received magical healing.
What?
You can hear mumbling of poison bleeding.
Yeah, I just said that magical healing removes, like, mundane damage sources.
Yeah.
Which should tell you something about Brick.
Considering he's still actively wounded.
True. Was there anything noticeable on Brick before I gave him the Lesser Resto?
Lesser Resto wouldn't remove that.
No?
No.
Anything still then?
Yes. Brick is... like... We haven't discussed your new armor yet, Sergeant.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Your old armor left your arms bare per your art. That's currently on the screen right now.
Wow.
What does your new armor cover?
I believe it does. I believe it would cover the arms.
Okay. Is there any part of him that's not covered? Is he dressed like a rogue now?
Not quite.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I just haven't thought about what the new armor looks like because it's kind of just an intermediary thing.
Right, but I can't say what it is.
Yeah. No, it's pretty standard studded leather. Like,
Do you have a headpiece?
no.
Okay. So the leather armor, it's a like not effectively it is. It's animal skin. Like that's what leather is.
Uh-huh.
So itself, Kian, is pitted and bubbled, and the sergeant has lesions all over his face. That's your two.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Wait, the sergeant has lesions over his face?
Yep.
Ugh.
What did you say, Gamzee?
Wait. I'm sorry. That's might not be accurate because it's my arcane armor now. I can expand or retract the helmet from it as I please, and it covers my entire body.
I just asked you if his face was covered.
Yeah, no. That's fine.
Like, would it be covered or wouldn't it? Like, this is relevant to what Kian asked.
No.
Okay, yeah, so his armor is bubbled and pitted, and he's got lesions all over his face.
Bubbled and pitted.
Yes.
Wait,
What is-
oh god!
What's that mean exactly?
Like blisters, hon.
Oh,
Yep.
Like something touched Brick's skin, and the skin did not like it. It activated defenses. Like the body will get those kind of boils and blisters when something really bad touches it. It's like why chemical burns happen.
Yeah,
Except-
yeah, this is something that quite frankly, if it stayed on, would have likely killed Brick very fast.
Almost like napalm.
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, it makes sense why he took the doctor down.
I'll give you
Thanks.
this, Kian.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see it, but Kian is also covered in lesions.
Now I gotta ask. First, directional of what these lesions are. Are they straight or are they
They're circular.
circular? And secondly, are these struck and retracted or are these surface cut lesions?
They're like concave circles etched into your skin.
Like a scoop?
Yep.
A sucker of some kind. An octopus?
Hate it. Cause I
Calamari time!
So there's your insight checks done and dealt with. What would you like to do?
I assume
Cyrdath is gonna take a look over herself to see if she has any other injuries that she can at least notice.
I mean, you feel like shit.
Valid.
Go ahead, Gamzee.
assume you don't remember anything either, little brother.
Vrek, like, alights on a nearby stump, and he says, "Well, I remember panic. I remember what form I'm in, and I'm tired. That's about it."
How much longer you have in that form?
How long does it get normally?
An hour per slot. So at second level, he has 2 hours.
Okay. So I think as you say that, like, this fire swirls around him and he reduces back down into his parrot form.
You've been running for 2 hours?
Do you say that out loud? Kion, or
He does, but it's that very light contemplative
Like-
type of statement.
Point of order. It is nighttime, Kyan.
It was day when we started running.
It was morning when you left the inn.
No, Jesus Christ, we've been running for a
what
while.
the fuck happened?
The hell's asking where are we doesn't matter.
I don't hear the singing. Do you think we're safe-ish? As safe as we can be? Safe enough to stop running?
Take that chance for a moment.
If we're safe for at least a little bit, it may be able to help with our injuries some.
I likely shouldn't use these resources, but you look like you need it, Doctor.
Oh.
Well,
And Doctor, you're
Cure
gonna get
wound.
20 points of magical healing.
Well, keep in mind, I do have 2 level 2 spell slots still, and I have Prayer of Healing.
Minutes. The doctor is at 10 HP. One more hit and they're done for.
Well, that's valid, but I'm just saying, I can also... Oh, they give them a thing, and then
If you
let
opt
me...
for a short rest, you can do Prayer of Healing and Song of Rest, and with your hit die. But if you feel it pertinent to use that magic, Kyan, then use it.
Yeah.
Okay,
If we take that short rest and something happens during and we don't get the healing, that 20
I mean,
could come in clutch.
that's fair.
I could give the doctor also, because I got Lay on Hands, and I got 35 points of that.
Okay. Oh, shit. No, you don't. Sorry. Looking at my notes, you have 20.
Oh, okay.
I'm just sending that so I can read it. I'm having a hard time reading it on the sidebar.
No worries.
Well, okay, I have 20 points of Lay on Hands to stand corrected.
I knew I was forgetting something in the list of changes, and it was your lay on hands. Sorry about that, Hockey.
Well, valid. Just my point still stands. I do have something that comes back with a long rest. Does
True.
yours come back with a long rest, or?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Everything comes back on a long rest, homie.
Well, I couldn't remember if his was a potion or not, or something he was talking about.
No, he's casting Cure Wounds.
I do
Oh.
have 6 potions though.
No, you don't.
Oh, how many do I have?
None.
What in the
And
Christmas-
three of your vials are gone.
what in the Christmas berry jingle fuck did we get up to?
I used 6 potions. Oh, that's wasteful.
Wait, hang on. Okay, let me be fair. Let me be fair. What level of potions were those?
Lesser.
Yeah, no, they're gone.
Oh.
Again, what in the fuck happened?
Hold
I
on,
feel like
hold
this is like the D&D equivalent of the hangover.
Hold on. How many oil do I have?
What is it?
Oil.
Just like oil?
I have 20. I have 10 vials of oil. Flammable oil. Emergency fire damage boosters.
I'll say you're down 2.
I use any caltrops? I've got 40.
No.
Okay.
D&D equivalent of the hangover. Basically, Hockey.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that damnable hag to be so strong that it'd leave us in this state.
I don't know if it was even a hag. Whatever it was, I think...
What we know about them, Brick. They have a specialty for memory augmentation. They likely have a knowledgeable observation over what's occurring within the swamplands. Frankly, there's no doubt in my mind that we just nearly survived an encounter with her.
Or something we don't know about.
If there's anything else in the swamp that's so
You
acutely.
don't know that. Have you even ever been here?
Would have been nice to finish my statement.
I
No,
mean, that was Brick interrupting, not Vader.
no, I don't. But having a clear and concise idea, having a clear idea of what came after us is the only thing that is keeping me from entering a fucking fury. My mind is
Please
one of the few
don't.
things. My mind is one of the few things I have to me that is still of strength. My mind and my connection with Spring.
Well, whether it was a hag or something else,
I am.
I think it's gone for now.
Watcher, do not assume you're the only one who is angry about memory loss.
Right.
That's
You are of deal with the Raven Queen, aren't you? That's her domain.
Yes.
Oh,
And there are very
right.
few things that I take.
You know, I'd
Oh.
forgotten about that detail.
Good, great job, DM.
Hey,
Oops.
hey, motherfucker. I had to, as plausibly as I could, figure out what resources you would expend on this. How dare you, alright? No, come on.
No, this is really good. I
you-
really like
you-
this, honestly.
You get all the credit.
You get all the credit. I mean, this is working out well so far, and
This
this is a
is-
shit ton to keep track of.
This is the only time. This is the first time you have slipped up in like 3 months. It's funny to me.
I mean, I would rather slip up on briefly forgetting who Cyrodiil's patron is than, for example, killing one of you.
Yeah, no, absolutely, completely understood.
Yeah, like next session
Okay.
after introducing the next person, it's like, oh wait, that person should still be alive. Shit.
Quick, somebody get the Legend of Zelda Mirage sound.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, that reminds me.
Oh God.
Could each of you roll a D100 and make sure that it's whispered to me so that nobody else can see it?
How do you
Uh,
whisper a 100?
/GR.
Cool.
Or you can just go up to the little selector thingy up near the top, and you can click the GM button.
I apologize to the VOD. I need to do the next thing in text really quick. So keep your eye on the chat log, and I'll be back in just a second.
Aye aye, Capitan. So, gang, how about them?
So let's find out how much more Cyrodiil gets fucked by this.
Okay, well,
Hey! I have no first level slots at all. Go
I'm more
for it.
just thinking how pissed the queen's gonna be that my mind got fucked with.
I mean, she can't really blame you for that, and if she does, she's a bitch. No offense to the Raven Queen.
The part that's, I mean, good for you. She won't be mad at you, at least.
She'll be mad at whatever the fuck.
Hopefully? Question mark. Unless she's like, you're weak.
That's
Queen is-
that's not really the Raven Queen's shtick.
The Raven Queen
Yeah, I
is
guess that's fair.
the Raven Queen is a crazy bitch. I don't think she's that crazy of a bitch.
I don't think she's a crazy bitch.
She's an elf.
She was a victim of circumstance. With a really, really bad plan.
Very fucking enough. Though,
The gods are arguing and causing severe issues. I know, I'll become a god and stop them. Yeah,
I'll
great
become a
plan,
god
lady.
and bitch slap all of them.
Yeah, great plan, lady. That'll definitely work.
And to be fair, in some ways in D&D, that's not the worst idea
Did everybody
ever.
receive a DM?
Yeah.
Yes, I am vaguely concerned.
Okay. Continue as
We
you were.
all are vaguely
Talk amongst yourselves.
Knight.
Definitely
Use your
not.
Shield.
Definitely not me trying not to scream.
So how was everyone's day?
So, do you want to take a short rest?
Terrible.
Is that, is that what I'm
Anyway,
hearing? Do you want to take a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
while we're doing that short rest, I am going to cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
The
What is that?
doctor's gonna do Song of Rest.
Okay. What does Prayer of Healing do? Let's see.
Up to 6 creatures of my choice that I can see within range regain hit points equal to 2d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is a 3.
Which is a 3. Okay, so roll 2d8 plus 3. Dr. Lorelei, roll 1d6.
Boy, for what it requires, prayer of healing just. Oof.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, everyone in the party's getting that.
Yep. So, in addition to all
Or a
of...
second level slot. That's basically equivalent to a second level cure wounds for everyone.
In addition to the hit dice that you guys want to wager on the short rest, you will receive 13 additional healing. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna wager 2 hit dice.
okay.
I'm back up to full. Thank you, Kian. And Seer Death.
Nice.
Brick will use
13,
mending to repair Cyrdath's armor.
Okay.
Okay, so
You gonna wager any hit dice?
Can the doctor take a look at everyone?
Yeah, I'll wager
Actually, I'm
one
gonna
so I
wager
get the
3.
benefit from the Song of Rest.
Long rest, yeah.
Yep.
So
what does Song of Rest do again?
The 13 healing that you got is free if you spend a hit dice. You're fine.
the doctor
Wait,
is
what? Sorry, what does Song of Rest do again? I completely forgot.
It gives you the additional healing that I just mentioned.
Oh, 13?
Yep.
Okay.
But you have to
The doc-
spend a hit dice to get it, and you did, so it's fine. Go ahead, Dr. Lorelei.
the doctor is going to she has to go into the haversack to pull out some of the extra healers kits because the doctor is down to 1 and barely having 1 in her possession.
Okay.
And I think she's going to use the remainder. But before she does that, I think she's going to use the remainder of the last to patch up anyone who needs the rest of it. Does anyone need it?
Brick's fine.
You save it.
I'm back up to full.
Then I think the doctor's just going to take out full healers kits. Though I think she's going to look herself over for any injuries, like any scar tissue or anything, or scabs or whatever.
Okay, make a medicine check.
Medicine.
You're covered in lesions, and you pull a leech off your lower back.
Ugh.
Awful. Flicks it into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mud.
There's water.
Well, the doctor's gonna start pacing back and forth. Okay, so what I can gather is, I know I went down. I feel like I was resuscitated. From what I can gather, most likely I was knocked down. I was definitely... All of us have lesions on our bodies. That means something made contact and the skin reacted negatively. I'm gonna... Poison, maybe? Toxin of some kind? Not sure in that regard. I went down at some point and... Ugh. Too blurry to really assume what happened after that. I'm gonna assume it was Keanu who revived me and we were running by the time I came back to. Most of my healer supplies are gone, so I was really trying, and then I went down at some point. Anyone else have any ideas?
The rifle was hot and smoking. It had been fired recently. We weren't just running all this time. I was firing.
Whatever it was keeping pace with us. I can tell that much. And whatever it was
Probably only when it went away that we returned to whatever memory we had.
I have a feeling that when it left, it took something from us, and that's why our memory is gone.
Is that better than not?
Doctor,
Yes?
if you have a chance, can you see if I happen to have any of those lesions as well?
Yeah, the doctor will walk over and start taking a look.
Make a medicine check.
Medicine, 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 medicine.
You're about to.
Critical failure!
Damn it.
Aw.
The thing that gets me about these lesions is that they're almost cup-like.
Yes, Cyrodiil has the lesions. Cyrodiil also has 5 leeches in her breastplate.
Ew.
Yeah, I think the doctor, like, yeah, you have lesions, and, ugh! And I think she, like, pulls one of the leeches, like, and, like, Cyrodiil, can you undo your breastplate, please?
Yeah, I think Cyrodiil is going to be, like, trying to go and try to undo it.
Yeah. You've got just
Well,
leeches stuck to your skin.
The doctor's
Ew.
immediately gonna walk over to Kian and Brick and start looking them over, too, for leeches.
They do not have leeches.
Okay, you two don't seem to have them, so it was just the two of us. Awful, awful, nasty little bastards. Okay.
Don't they have medicinal uses?
They can, but also...
It's a highly
water.
It's a highly outdated process that can be much more easily begotten by
Bloodletting
syringe-
knives.
bloodletting knives, syringes, etc.
Plus, leeches are a pain in the ass to get off. Wait a minute. Can the doctor compare her lesions to the leech bite?
Sure.
Like, if the doctor were to look at Cyrodiil and look at her leech bites, are they similar?
They're substantially too large to be leech bites.
Okay, so too large to be leech bites. The leeches might have come after, or during, who knows. Hell, for all I know, they could have come while we were swimming and I just didn't notice.
So here's what I'm thinking.
You two are the ones who ducked your heads under the water.
Fair enough.
Though I've been swimming in it and nothing, so...
Sorry about this, Fox. I just want to make sure I have it input right.
Yep.
Cool.
Looks good to me. So, what do you guys want to do? Hello?
Sorry,
Alright.
I got a ping that I had to go look at.
No worries.
God. So we take our rest, and man. So, what's the plan now?
Keep moving towards our destination.
Can the doctor take a look at Brick's leg first? Like, try to see what the initial damage was before magic healing took place?
Make a medicine check.
What?
God damn it, Doc.
It's hard to tell. Brick's got a lot of scars, most of which from when you met him.
Fair enough. Wait, like from when I met him, as in like before I met him, or like...
No,
From-
like, he's gotten a lot of scars in your travels.
Fair enough. Couldn't tell you what happened to your leg. Too many injuries, too much meddling. Geez, whatever it was, it put us through a ringer. We thought Cholt was bad.
I was under no what's the word I'm looking for? Shit.
Impression?
Assumption.
Assumption.
I was under no assumption that this place would be any better.
I didn't think it would be better, but I wasn't expecting to lose an entire day's worth of memories.
If it was only a day as well, it could have been more than that for all we know.
That's much better. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Ugh, I would like to hope it wasn't more than a day. So, I know we said keep going towards our destination, but are we in any condition to go towards our destination? When we tried to go towards our destination last time, that happened.
We have no choice.
We
don't know anywhere else to go here. That's our only target. All we can do is try again and hope we don't run into something.
Alright. Alright. If you're sure.
So what's
The
the
doctor
play?
will get back up.
We're going to get everything gathered up
Mm-hmm.
and try heading for the temple again.
Okay.
The only lead we've got.
Do you have any idea where the temple is? Do you have any idea what direction you're going?
I don't even know if we have any idea where we are beyond the swamp.
Don't.
All we can do is move with intent.
What's your intent?
To find the temple. To hopefully find the weakness of the current ruler of the swamplands.
Okay. Make a survival check with disadvantage.
I'm gonna say no and use a preparation.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my 19.
I mean, you still have to roll.
Yeah,
You might get a Valorous critical.
that's fair.
Does the doctor have any bardics left or no?
You are. How many do you normally have?
I only have 3.
Okay, I was
If
gonna say you're
it's-
down to 1.
If
Okay.
it's like portent, rules as written state that you have to declare it before you roll, and then you just take that number.
That's dumb.
Uh-huh.
I interpret, like, I know what you're talking about. I interpreted that rule as you roll, then you call the portent before the GM says whether or not that passes or fails.
Uh-huh.
Which is how I've been running it.
Yeah, alright.
So yeah, you want to change that to a natural 19,
Yeah.
which would give you plus 26.
Hang on.
Yeah, 26. Okay. Fuck. Like, this puts me in a difficult position because you got a 26, which, by any account, is damn near superhuman in terms of D&D status. But you have no idea where you are, no idea where you're facing, no idea where you're going, no idea the day-night cycle of this area. If I put all of those penalties together, it's less than the 26 that you roll. But at the same time, I'm sitting here going, how in the shit?
Spring baby.
Keon's intent was so powerful it warped the reality of the Feywilds itself.
Well, yes, but at the same time, you're not getting what you want. I
agree with that.
I have to justify how Kion's survival training helps him in this situation. I guess before we do that, how are you using your preparation to help you here? It's night, it's foggy, it's terrain you don't know, it's a day-night cycle you don't know where you started, and you don't know where you're going. How do you use this preparation to give you a natural 19? Let's start there.
This one I don't think is terribly hard.
Okay.
So, I've got Frack. I've got my little brother. And I can't imagine this fog reaches all the way into the sky. You're shitting me.
It doesn't have to reach all the way into the sky if it completely covers the topography below. However, it is magic fog designed to disorient, and so yes, it does. It is the creation and control of a creature that has seized this part of the realm.
I should have asked for something else from that vial. I should have asked for something. I can't use this ability. I can't.
You can! You just can't necessarily use it for a survival in this specific scenario. But also, you tried one tactic, homie.
All I can fucking think of.
Like,
we don't know where we are. We don't know anything about this place. We don't know where anything is. Maps are useless. There is no way to navigate other than intent. I've got an idea.
I've got an idea for you.
Go ahead.
While our memory failed us, did you mark our trail?
I mean, you could have with preparation. That's a thing that you could do with preparation. I actually also have an idea if you're interested.
Okay.
Instead of going up and seeing what the fog is, like, some things are true no matter what plane you're on. For example, water flows downhill. The force of gravity pulls you down. You know, air moves when it's enacted by a force. Like, if you use the multiverse constants to your advantage, you might not be able to find the archives, but you might be able to find north. And from there, you can get northwest, which is where you were supposed to go. And then you're either going to hit the archives or the border.
Oh, I am dramatically much too unclever for this. Because all of those are facts that I myself know.
What?
All of those are facts that me, Guy Gamzelis, know.
Right.
And so, my dumbass really should have thought of that.
I think you just overthought it.
Overthinking and underthinking things looks incredibly similar.
Agreed.
You'd be amazed.
And also, like, you had trouble with a survival check in an area that is specifically designed to foil survival checks, and your immediate thought was, I wasted that ability. Like, just use it on other shit, man! Like, if you use a bow...
Hold on.
What's
I'm
up?
sorry. I'm just thinking, and I just need a sec.
Okay. Can I say something for the sake of the VOD?
Yeah,
Cool with that.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? You need none. If you use a bow for 90% of all the battles of a campaign, and then you face an enemy that has a wind wall ability and reflects projectiles, does that mean that your bow is useless? No. It means you don't have an advantage here. Not having an advantage is not the same thing as not being useful. And it is important to separate those two. That goes for anyone who plays D&D or any story-based game. There will come a time that your pyromancer faces a foe immune to fire.
Better hope you have a weapon.
Like,
Okay.
go ahead.
So, I apologize. I should ask if you're done with your,
Yeah, no, I'm good.
because I've more or less collected myself.
Okay.
So, like you said, when water moves, it will almost always follow the same, what's the term? Osmotic concentration?
Path of least resistance, but go on.
Additionally, moss likes water, but an overconcentration almost certainly drowns moss.
Correct.
Meaning on the upper portions of the tree there should be moss. And I
Correct.
think, might be stupid, moss often grows north?
That one is not a useful tip. You're close. Moss grows on the north side of a tree is true, but it's not always true. What is true is moss grows on the windward side of a tree.
Okay.
I think I used that word correctly. Moss grows where wind's not going to blow it off. It's blocked by the tree.
So it's still going to be in a generally uniform positioning.
Correct.
I'm using what little survival training I myself have to try and find a lead here.
Your goal with using your preparation ability should not be find the archives. Your goal should be determine which direction I should likely move.
What I'm doing now.
It's much easier.
That's... I wasted an ability, but not in the way I used it in a situation it cannot be used, but in a way that, well, it is less effective to use.
Correct. It's like the whole, like, I have dark vision, this is magical darkness. Like, you're in a situation where the god of this domain literally wants you to be disoriented and wandering. So, yeah, like, frankly, using the natural 19 there was smart. But it puts me in the difficult position of, like, how in the fuck do I let you have this? Like, because I can't not let you have it.
Right. Okay, here's another question.
Mm-hmm.
We've been traveling here for a while. Well, that we can remember, a short while.
I'll give you that.
Right, very short, actually. Outside of... It's still enough to... From hour to hour, the differences in the sun's positioning is small, but it's still there.
Okay.
That's to say, during our move, could I have told? No, that wouldn't help me if it's nighttime because we don't know how the moon moves here. If there's a moon here.
There's 3, but go on.
Well, that theoretically makes it harder unless they're a cluster moon. Oh, Lord, how do I do this?
I mean, it still helps you. Right? It's a swamp, so it's gonna be muggy and humid anyway, right? But, count as survivalist. Whichever side of the rock is hotter would be the side of the rock that most recently got sun.
True. Which, telling that can tell me which way the sun had set.
Yep.
God, this is an interesting situation of using as many factors as I can just to determine cardinal directions.
I mean,
In a place where you're not supposed to understand those at all.
like, to be blunt with you, finding cardinal directions in 5e on the prime material plane. DC 5. Finding cardinal directions in the situation that you're in with all the modifiers, DC 22. So, yeah, you're doing good, man.
Feeling out which side of a rock would have received sun most recently, tell me where it would have set, comparing that to a moon's current position, assuming that they move together. If they don't, that's, well, pretty much an unusable factor. So, compare that with what side of a... Oh, fuck.
You alright?
Oh, sorry. Hoping none of that came over.
It did. What happened?
I just started choking on my own spit.
That's not good. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. So, like, the
Right.
things that you're doing is justification for the 26.
Okay.
So then it would be like, okay, northwest is probably that way. If we go that way, we're either going to hit the archives or the border. And if we hit the border, then we know we can work in a direction.
Right. Keep checking these factors along the way, just so this place can't throw us off the
I mean,
the found direction.
It can, because it's magically designed to do that.
I'm saying keep checking the factors that I've already gone over.
Yeah.
As we travel.
Like, flatly, Sean is a better survivalist than Bavlorna is. Bavlorna can't think of things she doesn't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you're good. However, as you pass through the fog, you're greeted by the scent of fruit.
And hand axe at the ready.
Okay.
I'm not gonna attack the first thing I see, but I mean, what direction is the smell coming from?
The direction
is it just
you're traveling.
Cool. Awful. Anyone got an argument against just keep going?
Not really.
No, I don't think it's a bad idea. Just keep going.
Okay. You move forward and you begin to feel somewhat sturdier ground under your feet. Traveling upwards, you see a hillock rising out of the fog in front of you, illuminated by one of the passing moons. Damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of a hill. Dozens of enormous trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze despite the absence of one. What would you like to do?
Still there, Fox?
Yeah. I said, what do you guys do?
I didn't hear anything for a good minute there. After you said okay.
That might have been you losing connection then, because I heard it.
Okay,
I just
cool.
kind of spaced it for a sec.
Ah.
I described the hill. You guys heard me describe the hill?
I did.
Okay.
I did not.
That's on your side then, Gams.
Yeah. Okay.
What's up, Hockey?
I heard you describe. I'm just. My brain's trying to. I'm trying to think of the words.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck? What is going on? Discord, are you?
Nope, Discord's not okay. Gemsy is gone.
Okay, I feel bad for laughing, but that was just funny. Just
Yeah.
Discord, are you boop?
Whoa, what? Whoa, what? Discord, are you? And then killed by an axe murderer.
Discord, are you? Discord, go home. You're drunk.
Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello?
Are you back from drunk Discord?
And now I can't hear what. Discord, what's going on? Just because I'm overthinking doesn't mean you.
Bye.
This is very odd.
Just because I'm overthinking doesn't mean you axe murderer.
I think Discord's taking offense.
I like every time Gemsy cuts, it just the lights flicker and Jason Voorhees is behind him. He comes back progressively more stabbed.
Oh my god. But he still doesn't know what's going on, so he just keeps going like, Discord, what's going on?
Exactly.
Oh god.
Hey, it can't be any worse than that stupid Skype murder movie.
Fair.
Don't even remember the name of it, but it was dumb.
Skype murder?
Yes!
There was like some horror movie to where the premise behind it was filmed as like entirely through Skype.
Yep.
All that reminds me of is The Ring got reboot recently, and it's just like...
Was it like Unfriended or something, Hockey?
I think that's what it was called, actually, yeah.
God. Why did they reboot The Ring? The Ring is good!
I don't know, but I
No.
just know that concept does not work in modern time.
It got rebooted, I'm sure, because it's like, hey, it's popular and all, will you make money off of it without having to think an idea of something?
hang on, back up. The Ring doesn't work in modern times? What are you talking about? And before you say, it's on a VHS tape, yeah, no shit. Who are the people most likely to get got by a cursed VHS tape? Answer, hipsters.
No, I think
I
the
was
reboot,
going to say,
I think the
fucking
reboot, like,
Rick rolls.
I think the reboot was like it got uploaded to the internet or something.
Again, fucking Rick rolls.
Yeah, like...
You didn't see so many people dropping dead instantly.
I haven't
if anything,
actually
I think
ever
it reaffirmed
seen...
people's belief that, I think it reaffirmed people's belief of, holy shit, there is supernatural shit out there.
I still say VHS tape ring still rings true in this day and age. You just have to be in certain circles. Or be able to make fun of certain circles. I say this as a hipster, mind you.
Yeah. But, yeah, I haven't actually seen, like, anything involving the Ring. I don't do horror, so
I mean,
take what I say with a
you
grain of
understand the
salt.
premise, right?
I believe so, yeah. I thought it was like a chain letter sort of thing.
Yeah.
No,
if you watch the videotape, then I almost said Masako. I don't think that's her name. Comes through the television and strangles you to death.
Okay.
And then
It's not the same day though. It's like 7 days later.
it's like 7
if I
days
remember
later,
correctly.
yeah. But like,
yeah.
it's like the Ring videotape. It's like her murder, and then you watch it, and then she comes on your TV and kills you for watching. It's kind of a spoof on the premise of Bloody Mary, I think.
I believe so, if I remember correctly.
Actually, well, good.
I know there's just like a very similar concept in like Japanese horror, I believe, called The Grudge.
Yeah, it's supposed. If I remember correctly, the Ring was based primarily off The Grudge.
And then
so-
they made a movie
Yeah.
called The Grudge that was based off The Ring.
Yeah, that I do
Oh.
remember because I remember thinking that was stupid.
It all comes full circle, and that just reminds me of Zilla.
It all comes full
Samara,
circle.
that was her name, Samara.
Tamara, yes. It all comes full circle.
Samara.
Like the well in the ring. Anyway.
Oh God.
Oh.
So Sam is like gone. Do we want to wrap it?
Sibs is BRB.
Right, exactly.
Maybe
It's
once we
getting
get Sibs back,
close to that
but yeah.
time.
Yeah, we might just want to pick this up next time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm fine with next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Uh-huh.
I want to
That's fair.
I want to give you guys a week to process everything that's happened because there was a lot.
I mean, we just got mindfuckery and it's like Hanover 2.0 of what the fuck.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it here. Gamzillus is having tech issues. You can find him over at these places. He's a good dude. Great to have him around. He's in most of our DA shows, and absolutely worth having him stop by. Sibs is currently AFK doing family things. It is her birthday. She's an artist here on the channel, and expect to see some really cool stuff from her on this channel relatively soon, because we need to get that stuff out for you guys. But in the meantime, Hawky, give us a shout out.
Hello, everyone. I am the Intangible Hawk. I do some art, do some programming, play some games. You can find me here on Twitch or in Kit server under the same name.
And Vader, finish us out if you would.
Greetings, everyone. I am the Journeyman Vader. I am a moderator on Kit's Discord and Twitch, and a streamer on Twitch myself. You can find me over on Kit's Discord, on Twitch at twitch.tv/JourneymanVader, or on Twitter at VaderSidious.
Make sure you head over to Vader's channel on Sunday afternoons for Descent into Avernus, where the roles are reversed. Vader's in the big chair, and I'm fucking things up for his balance. For my part, as ever, I am the Sharp-Eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is the channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world-building, role-playing, and discussions of those things. So if that's your fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoy your time with us. My internet saga will hopefully be coming to a close before the end of the year, but as of right now, we're forced to only do local recordings of Dice-Icive Action shows, and I basically can't do afternoon streams at all. But we have some plans in place. There is light on the other side, we just have to get there, and thank you guys, as always, for your patience in that regard. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap things up, but remember, there's always more stories to tell, and hopefully, I'll see you all next time for more Crown of Fangs and a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again very soon.